Welcome to the Gaming Outsider. On this week's episode, we've asked our community for video game related questions for us to answer. Well, most of them are video game related anyway. You'll also hear my impressions of Super Meat Boy 3D, which is exactly what it sounds like, and Rackcoin, which has you playing one of those coin pusher games from the arcades back in the day. Plus, Mark stops by to tell us about Beyond Words, which is a Scrabble Bellatra-like, and David tells us about a 3D puzzle game called Puzzling Places. This is the Gaming Outsider. Greetings, programs, and welcome to the Gaming Outsider, a video game podcast with a focus on our incredible community, which can be found at thegamingoutsider.com, facebook.com/groups/the GoCast, or there's a link in the show notes of this very episode for our Discord server, and we would love it if you join the community over there. Today is Monday. I don't know what date it is. It is April 6th. I'm your host, Scott Clark, and joining me are my good friends. First off, Zach Parkerson. Zach, how are you doing?
Hi, the cessation has returned.
It has been a minute, man. We are so glad to have you back.
Oh.
Welcome back.
Happy to be back. Sorry, I realized I forgot my bowling shirt. My bad.
Yeah, you're not on brand, but
yeah,
hey,
you're right. It's been too long.
My bad.
Still, I'm very happy to have you back. Also joining us, Jacob. I can't remember. Can I say Jacob? No, Jake Gunderson.
You can just say Jacob.
Jacob
is completely fine.
I can never remember which one I'm allowed to say with the last name. Is it Jake or Jacob? I don't know.
Don't call me Jake Gunderson. It sounds weird.
Jake Gunderson. Jacob Gunderson. How are you doing, sir?
I was gonna do your impression of Super Meat Boy, but we've ruined it. So
my impression of Super Meat Boy.
Yeah. Look, I'm Super Meat Boy. Oh.
Scott's impression. It's
is that how Super Meat Boy sounds?
I didn't know that's how he sounded. We never hear his voice, but
I always love when he gets killed by the bullet bill and he goes, "Mamma mia!" It's great.
Yes,
it's just Scott's impression.
I got to tell you guys something. I think I might have told Zach this already, but we have yet another cat in my house. We have adopted another stray because my wife and I are bleeding hearts for animals that are outside in the cold, and so this little cat. She's tiny. She's so freaking adorable. She walks up to us. There's something wrong with her neck, so she actually walks up to you with your head cockeyed like this. It's just absolutely adorable. So we brought her in, and we've had her for a while now. And we've officially adopted her, got her fixed, and all that good stuff. And we're trying to acclimate her to the cats. And it came time to name this cat. And if you remember the last cat, I got away with naming Nessie, which, sounds like NES, NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. And I was like, how am I going to weasel my way into getting another video game related name? And we kept going back and forth about names, and I got her to agree to an awesome name for this cat. I don't even know if Jake, you'll know who this name is, but Edea, EDEA is the name of my new cat. Does that ring
No, I don't know that.
Yeah. Zach remembers?
Final Fantasy VIII.
Final Fantasy VIII.
Although I guess, unlike the characters of that game, I do remember,
Yeah. I thought she was a pretty cool villain.
No, I think, she's good.
So I like her. She wanted to name the cat she's no who?
She's no Kuja from Fantasy 9.
Final Fantasy. Okay. I never saw the villain in that game. I never made it that far.
Oh my God.
To see who the villain is. I just remember wandering around a town as Vivi and being like, oh man, I'm not ready for this.
That is indeed the first 10 minutes. That's true.
Yes. Yeah.
Make it very far.
So my wife wanted to call her a villain name because she comes up with nicknames for cats even before we have official names for them.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, what are you doing, cat? You just chilling like a villain? And then so it became villain. She's like, she's just, hey, what's up, little villain? And so we needed to come up with a villain name. And so I would Googling video game villains that were female. And
you get that way. Does she know it's from Final Fantasy VIII?
She does, actually, and she agreed to it knowing that it was a video game character. She still liked it. Although she wanted to argue with the spelling of the name. She wanted to spell it ADEA, so it was like Edea instead of Edea.
No.
I won that battle, so
good.
So anyway, that was my my video game naming cat saga for the week. Zach, what have you been catching up on? It's been a minute.
See, it's interesting, Jake, that he says for the week, because we know next week there's an equal chance of a new cat with a new name coming up.
Dude, we're up to 6 at this point, so I don't think
Crazy cat people.
You said that at 5 cats, though.
I know.
You said it at 4 cats.
This one was really adorable.
Who could say no?
Yeah.
I beat Tomb Water. I was right on the
Nice.
cusp of beating it when I spoke on it in the review. And then I think I spent like 12ish hours beating the game.
hmm
But then I put like 10 more hours into just finding a bunch of other stuff.
I was gonna say that game is a game that keeps on giving, from what I heard you talk offline.
Yeah, man, it feels like you go in every room, there's like a new enemy or a new item or something or a new spell. It's yeah, a lot of exploration. I found a secret second ending. Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna kind of maybe, I was not happy that I was playing it under embargo because I might have gotten a 9, man, because there's just so much to find. But such is the pressures of reviewing.
Yeah. Especially when you're working full time.
Right, and yeah, squeeze it in there.
Yeah, it definitely is interesting.
But it's yeah, super cool game. Lots of hidden areas, much like a Bloodborne or a Dark Souls,
Mhm.
where it's just, I don't know, it's ballsy of any developer to be like, yeah, here's like 3 hours that most people won't see.
Yeah,
Like, it's
Right.
it feels good too, especially when like you didn't rely on a guide. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
true.
'Cause you
Yeah,
played
yeah.
it so early, so it's not like you were able to scour the internet. You had to figure all that stuff out on your own, which is impressive. Kudos to you, man. I
Oh,
tip my hat to you.
thanks. I mean, there was one achievement I really wanted for befriending a character, but I instead killed them, so that did not go the way I wanted it.
I have no
Uh-oh.
idea what that's like, killing a character in a game that you're supposed to party up with.
All right, goodbye, friend.
You're murdering Jake.
No, that was Shadowheart.
Shadowheart from
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, I see.
murdered.
I don't know any of those people. And I also played Kane and Lynch 2 Dog Days.
whoa,
there
that's a
was-
blast from the past.
Definitely. It was on sale on Steam for like $1. And it I remembered it being the most miserable game I had ever played, like in terms of just tone, just unrelentingly a bad time.
Really?
Yeah. And that remains true. I mean, just leaves you harrowed. It's like a feel bad game for sure.
Oh, like not like it's poorly written or anything. It's just not a bright and happy game. Is what you're
No, like it wants you to feel uncomfortable while you're playing it the whole time. And I think at the end it wants you to go, why did you play this?
saying? Oh, okay.
That's what it
So,
feels
like when you started talking about it, I was getting the impression you were talking about it negatively, but you're saying that's
Oh,
a
no.
good thing.
I think so. Yeah, I think it accomplishes that goal. If that was
Gotcha.
the goal, which I do honestly believe it was. Yeah. It was interesting, this is from the era of the 360 corridor, cover shooter, right?
Mhm.
Which is fun. It's just like I beat this game in 3.5 hours,
Wow.
and then
On hard?
No, on normal. I don't care about it.
Okay.
It's actually pretty hard. You go down pretty fast in Kane Lynch, but or like Mirror's Edge, I beat a few weeks ago in like 4 hours. It's just interesting that some games in that era were lightning fast.
Yeah, we talked about that in the past. Like, remember going back when you said you went back to Assassin's Creed and you're like, wow, these games are shockingly short.
Yeah, I think it was Assassin's Creed 2 where like I did the main campaign and all the side stuff in 12 hours.
That's
You're like,
madness
"What?"
to me. Like, I remember playing those games for forever.
Yeah,
Like-
I think we just replayed them, right?
Must
It
have.
had to be, which is cool. I mean,
Maybe we
that's
didn't
great.
play games as much as a kid as we thought we did. It just felt like we
Or-
did.
Yeah, or yeah, maybe it didn't feel you don't feel as pressure to move on to the next game, I guess.
Right.
either.
No, but I
'Cause
mean,
there
like, you know
wasn't
how, like,
another one.
when you're younger, time doesn't go by nearly as fast. I know I'm older than you guys,
Mhm.
but it's shocking to me how quickly I'm getting to the weekend now. Like, I'm
lot
like, oh my
older.
God, it's Friday already. Like, that just flew by. You know what I mean? That just kind of happens. Like, I feel like time stands still when you're younger. Like, 2 hours of game time feels like a really long time.
Mhm.
Whereas now we're like, wow, that went by in a blink of an eye. So I feel like we thought we were playing for 12-hour binge sessions when really it
Mhm.
was like 3. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, it is possible, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you value the sun shining, do not play Kane and Lynch 2.
I don't know how to read that. Should I play it or not?
I think you'll be okay with this, Scott. I know I know the kind of fiction you consume.
All right. All right.
You like dark, miserable. And then lastly, I've been playing Lost Eidolons. This is
I'm not
a
familiar with this one.
it's a strategy RPG, sort of in the vein of Fire Emblem,
Okay.
from my understanding, because it has that like kind of rock paper scissory things that Fire Emblem
Sure,
I know has.
sure.
And it's just kind of medievally setting, very low fantasy. Like there is magic, but it's like everyone has to read out of a grimoire in order to conduct magic, and there aren't a lot of mages. So it's kind of a low fantasy setting. The story, the characters are like fun to hang out with, but it's not like blowing my mind, the story, although there's some decent twists. But it's just like it's a very digestible strategy game. It's been nice to play as I re-enter the full-time workforce.
I hear you.
Yeah, it's just kind of a breezy game, and I do recommend if you can find it on a sale. Though I think you, if you're a strategy fan, I think this would be kind of like a nice palate cleanser in between more intense strategy games.
Okay.
Because the mechanics are pretty straightforward.
That may be like a gateway for me because I feel intimidated by strategy games where I feel like I can't think like the 3 or 4 moves ahead like good chess players can.
This is very kind. Like if you place a character, there will be an arrow that shows up in the battlefield saying like, "Hey, if you go here, this enemy will attack you."
Gotcha.
So you can use that opportunity to be like, "Oh no, I guess I'll go 2 squares back." So that way they have to approach me rather than come and attack me.
Makes
right.
sense.
So it's nice. And you get like 10 undos per battle if you want to undo a move. So yeah, it's a very very playable strategy game.
Can I get some undos in real life? That'd be fantastic.
Sure. Wouldn't we all want that?
Yeah. All right. Before we get to Jake, I got to share this comment from listener Jackson Hampton, who says, "Hey boys, time for TGO and some whiskey." I just thought that was kind of cool. I just love the idea of somebody sitting on watching YouTube with a beverage and watching us. That's kind of cool. And
I could go for
whiskey. This is tea, which I assume is what people drink in movies and television shows when they look like they're drinking whiskey. But I don't know.
I could go for some whiskey right now. I wouldn't mind.
Next time you're in town, man, I got quite the collection down here. I'd love to. You've been here,
Yeah.
All right, Jake, what have you been playing?
I did get Crimson Desert.
You did? Okay.
Yes. I got about 5 or 6 hours into it. The exploration, the map is huge. The exploration is great. I'm playing the game. My computer is not up to date, so I'm playing on the lowest graphics, and the game still looks amazing.
Wow.
I tried to play it on controller, and man, some of the controls are iffy.
I've heard this.
So the running mechanic, let's see, it uses Xbox, so the running mechanic would be A, but you have to push it once to start jogging, then you push it again to start like sprinting. Well, I thought it was a hold to run, and so I was holding it. Well, apparently you can't jump and hold A at the same time, and so the very first cliff I ran up to, I just fell off because when you push the jump button, it doesn't jump while you're sprinting.
Why were you trying to jump at a cliff? I don't understand.
Because you jump off in the tutorial level, it goes through the whole thing of like, oh, jump from this place to that place or whatever to teach you how to jump.
Yeah.
And I thought the sprint button was just a hold mechanic, and so it's not. And so it refuses to jump if you hold the button. And so he just fell off. And I was like, oh, okay. So this is.
So is it like a toggle to run and then toggle to? Okay. So it's not like you hold it down to do it. You just press it once to walk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your main stance is to walk everywhere, and then you press the button once to start jogging, and then you kind of like double tap it to start sprinting again, and then you can tap it further to go even faster.
All right. I wish you were recording so I could just see you run off of a cliff.
Hammerhine says you need to aim and jump. That's for the if you're doing the precision jump, yes, then you can, which I have errors with too, because you need to apparently aim a lot in this game, which is weird because the aiming mechanic's not really aiming. It's kind of like looking at closer. And so they use X for a lot of things. X is your jump, X is your interact.
X gonna give it to you.
X gonna give it to you. So when it was first teaching you how to precision jump, you're kind of looking at it and it gives you this little glowy dot where you're going to jump at.
Yeah.
But apparently I was aiming too far, and so it wasn't allowing me to jump. Even though it said I could jump, I wasn't able to jump. So I'm just kind of standing there pushing the button. Then I go back and look at the instructions. Then I go back and push the button, and it wasn't working. And then I was like, oh, there's a little pillar that's closer. Maybe I should try jumping to that one. And then finally it got there.
Gotcha.
I was really confused that it was like, okay, you can jump now, and then it wouldn't let me to jump. But I have jumped on tables by accident trying to pick things up because I will be aiming at things and I'm like, okay, I want to pick up that, and then it won't work, and then it will just jump up onto the table, which is probably like a hold or not hold correctly button. Because if you push it, you jump. If you hold to pick up items. It's just
so the moral of the story is play this on PC or play with the mouse and keyboard. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, well, as I'm getting more attuned or accustomed to the controller, it is getting easier and easier. Although there isn't a hard lock-on feature in combat. You push the lock-on button and he drops, and that's also the guard button. He pulls his shield up, and so
It's a very complicated control scheme.
So as you're hard locked on with your shield up, you do different attacks with your heavy attacks. And so if you want to do a normal heavy attack, you have to drop your shield, which then lowers lock on, which then allows you to attack. So if you're holding a different direction other than just standing still, your guy attacks in that direction rather than at the character you're looking at.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that there's little nuances that I'm trying to get a hold of.
It's so hard to ask about it without having my hands on it, you know. Like,
I know it's like I don't want to drop the $70 to go see what this control scheme is like, but I just don't. I want to feel it because I've heard such mixed things about the controls of this game. It's just
Hammer comes back and says, actually, the controller is probably a lot better than mouse and keyboard. And I was gonna play this on mouse and keyboard, but then as I started seeing more and more stuff about it, about while you're in combat, you hold the main attack button and then push other buttons to dodge or do specials or whatever. I was like, maybe we will do it on a controller to see what it's like, because I'm kind of afraid of what the control scheme for mouse and keyboard is going to look like.
I'm just like picturing spider fingers, like trying to reach around and hit buttons.
So I mean, I was talking to Zig about changing the buttons on the controller so they'd be easier to do, and he said, well, you just have to claw. You just have to use the claw hole, which is usually you're playing the controller like this. So you've got two thumbs on the sticks, and then you're using your pointer fingers clawed over to push the buttons while you're doing things. And it's
that
like,
sounds
man,
miserable.
So in the first couple of minutes of the game, there's a guy you meet, and he's leading you into town. And you get on a horseback, and you're following him like in Red Dead. You can hold the button to follow.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So as you're holding the button to follow him, because you're holding A to follow him on horseback, he says, oh man, the scenery is great around here. Take a look. And so you look around, but you have to release A, which your horse stops following the guy. And he's like, well, keep up. So you're like looking around, and he's yelling at you to.
So you can't look around while you're following?
No, because you have to hold A.
I can't wrap my head around how this game controls. I'm gonna have to like
So you have to
try it.
You have to hold the A button, and then to actually look around, you have to release A and put your thumb back on the joystick to look around, because they're the same.
Why
hand.
do you have to hold A? Isn't in Red Dead you just
To
click the left
follow.
stick and it follows without?
No, I know you hold A in Red Dead.
Yeah.
What
Trust
game
me.
am I thinking of where you just click the left stick and then it just automatically follows until you click off? Maybe
I do
that's
not know.
Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Well, that's not how this one works.
Yeah.
You have to hold A to match their speed and follow them.
Ghost of Tsushima did that, I think.
Okay.
And by looking around, you automatically stop following them. In
Well,
which
you could claw your forefinger around and
Yep, that's
Yeah.
that's
do
yep.
a little
That's
this.
what I was
guy.
just saying. That's what I was just saying. So yeah, you're playing the game like making gang signs.
Right.
But
I keep seeing videos of people online that are sitting still for an extended period of time, like days, in-game days, as the world is constructing things. Like there is a group that was building a windmill, and the game is literally building a windmill in real time. And so they just had their characters sit there and watch this, and they do like the time lapse of this windmill getting built in the world. Just little things like that are blowing my mind with this game. That are just kind of cool. So
there's a couple of things that I really, really enjoy in the game. Doing the bounties is a lot of fun, because you'll find a note stuck to a light post. You go up and you grab it and look at it, and it goes, okay, this person was last seen over here. And then you go over there and you find the person matching the description, and you chase them down and beat the hell out of them and tie them up and take them in.
Oh yeah, I'm into that. That's cool.
Right. So-
Speaking of Red Dead,
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's a lot of fun.
so you're
It's
enjoying the
good.
game. Don't regret
yeah.
the $70
There's a-
purchase.
Nope. There's a couple of nuances going on, but we're getting there. The
All
game
right.
is just starting to open up. So
And it's like 200 hours to beat, so it's a nice starter game for Jake. In between other bigger games.
Wet his whistle.
Yeah, well, he's waiting for the next big game to come along.
Oh yeah.
You know what's big when Jake says it's a big map.
That's true. Yeah,
You know?
I mean,
true.
they have a very impressive way of showing you what the map looks like in the very
Mhm.
beginning of the game, and it's kind of shocking when they're like, yeah, just go look.
It definitely gives me like Breath of the Wild vibes. The game where,
I mean, they even have a glider, don't they? Don't you like glide places?
yeah,
Breath of the Wild?
and also just in the terms of the exploration of like, it feels like Crimson Desert is a game where you're gonna go over a mountain and just discover an entire city or something.
See that
Like,
in the distance? I can go there.
hey
Yeah.
man, very Zelda delivered on that actually.
They really
I like
did.
that,
Yeah. It's crazy to think that was that big of a deal not that long ago. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Okay, go there. See there, go there.
kind
No,
of cool.
you can't do it. You can't do it in Skyrim. So Todd's still a liar.
So Jake and I did get some time together this weekend. We got together with CB and Joel to play some more Toxic Commandos.
No.
You were there?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
you're making me think I'm crazy. You were there.
You are crazy.
It's kind of blowing my mind that I'm enjoying that game as much as I am, because I am not a big multiplayer game guy. I guess it's because it's co-op, but
Yeah. That game is really good. That game's
it
a lot of
really is
fun.
good, man. Like I'm shocked at how you're kind of doing the same thing over and over again, just like mowing down zombies, but then they throw something different at you in each of these missions that just really works.
And
I'm
And I thought it was going to be a lot harder to get stuff leveled up. And we've probably played maybe a total of 5 or 6 hours, and one gun is already leveled up, all like to max.
right.
And so, okay.
That's pretty fast for modern
Yeah.
gaming. Correct.
But there's
So-
also so many guns. Like
Yeah.
it's just insane how many guns there are to. Well, no, it's not like Borderlands level by any means, but it's a game that feels like it's going to keep on giving. I hope that Joel wants to get back to Borderlands, because I kind of miss my Borderlands action a little bit too. But it's been a lot of fun. And back me up, Jake. Like when we finish a mission, even if it's not by the skin of our teeth, it always feels like a relief. Oh, we got through that.
I'm always questioning, like, how do we get through that?
Oh, are you? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Because they'll be like, oh, okay, here comes the horde. And you're just watching this like fluid wave of zombies enters the field.
It's like World War Z level
Yeah.
of zombies.
Oh, and like, a lot of the guys while we're playing, Scott, you're using a shotgun.
Correct.
How much? What's your total ammo on that shotgun?
Like 121.
Okay, because I have like 650 rounds in my assault rifle, and that ammo goes. It just flies.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm like, oh, okay, full ammo, and then turn around and it's just gone. Because the amount of zombies I'm just dumping shots into, and I'm hitting usually consistent headshots, but when there's that many zombies on screen, it
Yeah.
is too much to even consider shooting that. And then there's always something behind you. Always something behind you.
Yep. But we're clicking, we're communicating, we have our own lingo. Apparently we played with Paul as well, actually, on Friday, because didn't CB back out because of the storm? His kid was freaking out about the
Yes.
storm, so Paul Hine joined us, and we had to teach him our lingo, because he also plays a healer. So we had 3
Hells.
healers in our group, and it's a proximity heal. So like you have an area circle around you, and if everybody is in that, you can heal them and you. So our code word is cuddles. Like who needs some cuddles? And like we'll be like cuddle up, you know what I mean? And that means get in close so that we can all heal. It's kind of funny. I still haven't played anybody but the healer class. I haven't used any main weapon besides my shotgun, which is like at level 3 of 4, I think. And then it starts doing
tier?
prestige levels. So like I don't know. I'm excited to see where this game goes. We haven't even beat the game yet. So we're in Act 2. I think there's 3 acts. Is that right?
Yes.
It doesn't feel like a very long game. It feels like a game that is meant to be played over and
Over
over
and
again,
over and over,
like a
yeah.
Diablo 3 kind of situation
Or
where you just
Left
run
4
through a
Dead, I would
level.
assume.
Left 4 Dead. Yeah. Speaking of, this has a lot of Left 4 Dead vibes to it. Like,
Mhm.
names for the different kinds of zombies. Like you got your regular zombies, and then you've got what's the one that smacks you? What
A
do they call
whacker.
that? Oh, what's it? A whacker?
A whacker.
There's a whacker. There's a slob.
Hmm.
There's what's
A
the
lot zombies are just whacking and slobbing all over you, huh?
yeah,
Yes.
pretty much. It's a lot of fun.
Unfortunately.
And the cuts. It's a game that rewards you for finishing a mission with a little bit of a cutscene. Something kind of cool happens in between each one. There's some really cheesy dialogue between some of the characters, but I don't know. It's a goofy premise and a lot of fun, and it's an easy game to get back into. Except it does one cardinal sin that I know you'll hate, Zach. It does the mouse cursor for the menus.
Oh yeah, I mean I do hate that, dude. It's so lazy.
It doesn't need to.
It doesn't need to. Like, just like
No,
let me
it-
click around.
No, don't use the analog stick. Use the D-pad when you're in the.
Oh,
Use-
it'll work that way. I never tried that.
I know.
Ah,
Scott,
That's why I
now
told you.
Scott riled me up for no reason.
Yeah. Anyway, the other game I've been playing, hopelessly addicted, still to Slay the Spire 2. I checked my time. There's two different times: actual gameplay time, and then what Steam says I've been playing it because I left the game on sometimes. But I'm over like 35 hours in Slay the Spire 2 at this point, and I have yet to win a round. So
35 hours into an
30
early access game.
yes,
It
and
is not a friendly. It is not a friendly game.
it's you've been playing it too. That's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
It's much more difficult than the first one. I feel like it's not as forgiving, especially those elites. Like I avoid elites like the plague because I know I'm going to lose half my health every single time.
Is it expecting you to play in co-op or something?
God,
I
I
don't
hope
know.
not,
We have
because-
yet to play it in co-op. We need to do that
Be-
this week.
because
Jake.
co-op is worse.
Oh, it's harder in co-op. You have played co-op with your family?
Yeah. The health pools of the enemies go up by like 2.3 or something like that. It's weird. It's a weird number.
Wait, 2.3%?
Like times.
Oh,
Like they
oh.
go up a lot.
Wait, so you're in the same room, like you're like in a party, like next to each other, Final Fantasy
Yep.
style?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
And then you can, like, over their head, you can kind of see what card they're looking at. You can't see their whole hand, but you can see what they're looking at. And then there's like a stack in the middle of the screen between your party and the enemies of what cards are being played right then and there.
And couldn't you
And
just
so
like
you-
play online, like on Discord, and discuss like this is what I've got? Let's
Yeah.
just plan it. Okay.
I mean that's what we're doing, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's just, but I mean that's just for the game's sake, as you can see what's coming up. But yeah, so the enemies, their health is multiplied. It's got to be by at least 2. And then if they have any special, I can't remember the name of the boss, but you'll know what I'm talking about. He's got like the sword for the tail that
and
like
it
creeps.
slowly gets bigger
Yeah,
and bigger, and
it
then
gets-
comes around
yeah.
behind you. Yeah.
So in single player, you have to hit him 9 times for him to stop being invincible.
Yes.
In multiplayer, you have to hit him 24 times.
Oh my God.
Yes. And that's just it's gonna multiply again once you get a third person in there.
I didn't even know you could do 4 people.
You can do up to 4.
Oh my God.
Yes, it's terrible. They
And-
they just released an update for it that said the enemy's health no longer scales above 99,900,000 and some odd number. And I'm
What?
like, that because apparently with 4 players and the right additives to the game, the boss's healths get crazy.
Oh my God, dude. I just
Yeah.
can't even. I'm struggling just like by myself.
Have you
Um,
fought the door?
The door? No.
He's like a placeholder boss in the 3rd act, and
Uh-huh.
his name is just the door. So he starts off as this like broken up pile of rocks, and then when you beat the rocks, a portal opens up, and then it's him. And he's got with 2 people, he's got like 2,000 health.
Oh,
So it's almost impossible to beat him. And then after I think the 3rd turn, he transforms back into the door, and then you have to start the cycle all over again.
That sounds miserable. That's the thing
It
is like the buffs and
is.
debuffs that they give some of these enemies are ridiculous.
Oh,
There's like just like a minor enemy that I'm fighting that has something called exoskeleton.
oh my god.
I
Like,
hate those guys because I'm like, I'm gonna wreck shop on these guys. I got a bludgeon attack for 32 damage, and it only
Nope.
does 6 because they've got exoskeleton on them, and it just drives me insane that I wasted that card
Oh yeah.
because I'm not paying attention. But
The
also,
game punishes you for having big attacks.
yeah, it really does. I also always forget that I have potions. I
Yes.
never remember to use potions, and it drives me nuts.
Yep.
So I
Mm.
have unlocked so much stuff though that I'm actually unlocking things that are saying this will be available in the full version. So I'm making progress. I just don't know what the
What
end
what are
game
the
is
what
here.
are the pictures called? I can't remember you. The epochs.
Epochs, yeah.
If you
For
look at them,
epic.
yeah, some of them look like they're hand drawn.
Mhm.
If you notice in the bottom right hand corner, it says placeholder.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
they've gone through and they've like scribbled out drawings of what things should be.
And they're gonna put the actual thing in the final
Yeah,
version. But hey,
yeah.
if that's all that's missing from the 1.0 version or from the early access version, this feels like a done game outside of those little things, which
Oh yeah.
don't matter. I'm still unlocking things. I'm sticking I went through and tried each of the characters, but I'm sticking primarily to the first one. I can't remember what it's called. The
Ironclad.
Ironclad. I'm just trying to do everything. I've got like 6 unlocks left for that character, and once I do that, then I'll go on to the second one. But I'm definitely looking for some variety because I've got like 27 hours in the Ironclad alone, and
Oh, I was so Zig was only playing Ironclad while we were playing, and then he started playing some of the other ones, and he was like, "Oh man, these guys feel a lot stronger than Ironclad." I was like, "Dude, I
yeah,
told you, like that's like the base, like attack, defend, like that's all that character's really good at." And then you get into the other ones, and they start adding nuances of those characters into the game, and
right.
it opens up.
It's kind of crazy. But by the time I get to those, I'm going to have so many other cards unlocked. Oh, so here's the strategy I learned. It took me 30 hours to realize the strategy. I had been picking up a new card every single battle. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Oh yeah,
That is a bad
this is
strategy.
a
That is
bad
not how
idea.
you. Yeah, the idea is to keep your deck nice and small,
Yep.
nice and tidy, so that you kind of recycle those cards. I don't know why that was like such an epiphany for me. Actually, Mike, my buddy Mike, gave me that strategy. I'm like, oh man, that's making a big difference.
There's only one card that is not the case with, and that's I think it's Mind Blast, which does 1 damage for every card that's in your draw pile. And if you upgrade it, it becomes innate, which means it's the first card you draw.
Oh, so then you have
And so then
maxed out. I've not seen that one.
in the first game they had the same thing, and I remember one of my runs I think had 150 something cards in it because I had Mind Blast and I would just kill everything in one shot.
Well, I mean, if you had, then you have an incentive to just get a new card every time
Yep.
and buy all the cards in the shop
Yep.
and everything, right? Yeah.
That's all I was doing.
Yeah.
But that
I
was
just got a potion that, or not a potion, but a relic that automatically fills one of your potion slots with a potion shaped rock.
yes, the
And
frog.
and all it does is it like does 15 damage. So I just keep that. So when I get to the boss, I've got automatically 45 damage.
Yep.
You know,
Whack.
little things like that that I'm catching. I'm looking
The
forward to.
the multiplayer of the game does have specific multiplayer cards.
Oh, okay.
There's one that's called Tag Team that allows the next attack from another player to activate again. So you hit
Okay.
them for a little bit and then they attack twice. And then there's one that's called Knockdown, which doubles or triples the amount of damage that the other players will deal this turn.
Interesting.
And one of them is one of them is called Believe in You, and you give another player 3 energy. So every time we play that card, we're just like, I believe in you.
Oh, it's a good game. We got to talk more about it off air because I could just keep talking about it, but we got to go on. That's Slay the Spire 2. Okay, let's move on. Let's go ahead and talk now about the week's news. First off, I know that Zach is going to talk about it later in the episode, but there's an article on our website for a game called People of Note. This is a music-centric turn-based RPG coming to PC and consoles on April 7th. Nintendo lost a patent this past week. Also, Indie Pass looks to be the Game Pass for indies. Mind's Eye gets even weirder. I read about this story this week. It's just kind of insane. Zach, you've been gone the longest. Let's give you first crack at story. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Nintendo losing a patent.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo is so overly litigious that this is kind of a feel-good story.
Yeah.
But the patent pertained to the Pokemon franchise. Specifically, they were granted a patent in September 2025 around summoning a sub-character to partake in automatic or directed battles. This they filed for this patent because of Pal World, and they were suing Pal World, as you recall.
Yeah.
But upon review, the patent and all of its 26 claims have been revoked on the basis that the invention is too obvious.
This is funny to me for a couple of reasons. Number one, I know that we talked about that this is why they were suing. It was for this specific reason.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that seemed like the least egregious thing about Pal World, in my opinion. Now, granted, that's coming from someone that hasn't played it. But I mean, I looked at some of those characters side by side. Yeah. And I was like, come on, guys. Come on.
I think they changed some of them, right?
30% different. Like,
yeah. I mean, they're like a version of Electabuzz looked 99% the same.
Yeah. It's just kind of insane to me that it seemed like it would have been a safer bet to go that route than for this, because this just seems like you're biting off more than you can chew.
No.
Saying we're gonna own the patent on summoning, characters to fight for me. Like that just is just too broad.
Well, I don't think you can I don't know. Are they gonna file a trademark for every single Pokemon?
It's Nintendo.
I don't know. Are you allowed to do that?
How much does it cost to patent? Like, is it?
I have no idea. Well, I have no idea.
Like Nintendo has an issue with they got the coffers to do it.
Sure.
If I remember correctly, it was Dragon Quest, which is in the early 90s. If you put those monsters up between what they had originally and what Pokemon came out with, it's like a 5% difference.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes. And so if Pokemon wanted to fight like, hey, you're copying our monsters, they might lose horrendously.
Right.
Because then
Dragon Quest involved.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't say anything that we're doing this because you've already copied your guys from this.
Exposing old wounds, as it were.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And yet summoning a character they thought was enough grounds. I feel like that would put so many games, like you couldn't even be
Final Fantasy.
Let's say like you couldn't be a Necromancer Diablo. Right?
Yeah. In the news article, I think it said next up on the docket was their way of capturing monsters, and the U.S. Patent Office already came out and said that wasn't inventive enough to be like kept into play. So they might lose that one too.
Good. Adios.
Like the Pokeballs, that's not inventive enough. That seems pretty. I don't know.
Well, for one, there's if they didn't originally like patent it and say like, hey, this is our thing, how many other games have had you throw something and catch monsters?
I don't know. I can't think of one, honestly.
Oh, I can think of a bunch.
Can you?
Monster Rancher used discs to capture monsters. I don't know if they threw the disc at them, but then there was
Aladdin used the lamp to capture Jafar.
Jade Cocoon was another.
I love how you're just nodding, like Jack Nicholson and Anger Management. Yes.
But Jade Cocoon was a PlayStation game that you threw something at to catch monsters, and then you fused them together and then played them to catch much stronger monsters. That was weird. But yeah, there's been different games over the years that have used unique and different ways to catch monsters or whatever. But because I'm assuming because Nintendo has never come out and been like, hey, that's copyright, they've been okay with it. Why would they be okay with all those? And yet this one is too similar. They might have lost their right to actually say anything.
You think this will make them back off a little bit more on all this? Or are they going to keep going? I know they're going to appeal this. I read.
Mm-hmm.
They might continue just for the sake of just continuing. Like they're going to try to find some foothold somewhere.
Yeah, because they can afford the lawyers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they find Pal World annoying enough
Yeah.
Right.
for how egregious it is.
And the-
I think they have somewhat of a case on the capturing mechanic with the balls, like
That's what I'm saying.
specifically
That
about
seems
like spherical objects or something.
Well, I mean,
Right.
that was the whole thing about summoning was you threw the ball and then
Yeah.
they came out of the ball. So I mean, if that one's null and void, why would be capturing them any different?
Well, here's the problem
yeah.
is I
Well,
have
it's-
to imagine that the people taking care of these suits probably aren't gamers.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So they're probably looking at this and going, I don't know. I'm
I mean,
being
everybody knows
cynical.
Pokemon is the most profitable media franchise in the history of the world. I'm pretty sure even the lawyers are aware of Pokemon.
You'd be surprised, man.
I don't know. You'd have to be.
You'd be surprised.
You are less likely to know Jesus Christ than you are Pikachu at this point.
Probably, maybe. Not
Oh, no,
America.
not after his hit game drops.
All right, Zach, what about you? What story you want to hit?
I just
He just
this.
did his one.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
you for-
sorry.
Thank you for skipping me.
It's
Jake.
just, you know.
Yeah, we're basically twins, so I understand.
Yeah.
Scott, you wanted to talk about the Mind's Eye one, right?
Sure.
Or well, let's talk about that and then we'll take Indy.
Okay. So Mind's Eye, this whole story, if you guys have been following this,
It's bonkers.
this is a bonkers story. So Build a Rocket Boy is the studio that made Mind's Eye. And Zach, you reviewed this game
I did.
and shockingly reviewed it quite well. Like not,
think
not,
I
not
give it-
how you reviewed it, but like you gave it positive marks, which I was
think I gave it
not
like a s-
expecting.
I think I gave it like a 6 or 6.5, which is on the highest end of the spectrum out there. Yeah.
Right, because everyone just kind of
Yeah.
gave this game a bad rap. Like just it was just awful and broken and all this and that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak to anybody else, but in my anecdotal experience, there were not really any bugs or anything.
Okay.
But
So
that's the luck of the draw, though, on video games, I guess.
So the story has been getting nutty because Leslie Benzies, who is the studio founder, claimed that saboteurs led to the game's horrific reception, with CEO Mark Gerhard backing him up on this. He basically, they're blaming the failure of this game on people.
On internal and external saboteurs, as I recall. Like, everybody was out to get Mind's Eye, according to them.
Oh, dude, this whole thing is wild. It also says here a new mission will soon be added to the game. This is where it gets crazy. They're actually doing in-game content to address this,
Yes.
which is to quote provide evidence unquote of the sabotage and criminal activity. So they're actually making DLC for this game, telling the story of what they're claiming happened in this game.
Why go to court when you could just add a DLC?
Oh my god. I just can't even fathom how a made up story is going to count as evidence. Like, do they really think that? It just blows my mind. This whole story is just bonkers to me. Bonkers, I tell you.
Dude, and they also claim because they Build a Rocket Boy recently parted ways with IO Interactive, who was the publisher. If you remember, I think this is the first game IO published,
Mhm.
and they canceled the Hitman crossover that they were going to do. But Build a Rocket Boy is now saying like, hey, now that we've been in control of our own destiny, the game's doing great. We're doubling sales every week. You know, we're so glad to be past that. So it's just amazing that the people who gave you the money to make your game, now you're like, well, they were the one holding us back, and now we're on top of the world, brother.
You never would have got the traction without that publisher to begin with.
Well, I mean, Leslie Benzies has a huge history at Rockstar, so I think you would have certainly gotten some traction.
Okay, that's fair. But I just want to know what's in the Kool-Aid over it.
It really does make you want to like, maybe I got to reinstall this game, see what the evidence is, man. I got to report back, do some
dude,
journalism.
part of me wants to like go buy the game and play the whole thing and see the result.
You're in luck because they said now that they own the game, they're going to put it at a severe discount. They're going to reprice the game, so you probably get in there, Scott.
I'm not even like interested in the base game. I just want to go play the DLC.
Yeah, it's an all right game. I mean, dude, oh my god, I kind of want more people to play the game just because the last mission goes so off the rails, insane that I would
In a
love
good
to.
way or in a bad way?
No, not in a good way.
In an entertaining way?
Yes, you know what? Yes, in a moderately entertaining way.
Okay. I'm totally curious. Okay, so that's me talking about the weirdness that is Mind's Eye. Jake, you wanted to talk about this Indie Pass?
Yeah. So what is it? Indie Pass that's coming from indie.io. It's going to
Yes.
cost $7 a month. I know I sound just like Jake. It's launching April 13th with around 70 titles. And the idea of Indie Pass, according to indie.io, and I didn't even know indie.io was a publishing label, by the way, but I guess they've published over 200 indie games. So
Mhm.
shout out to them. But the idea is that they want to expose players to new titles. So there's going to be like an algorithm that's going to help based on what you play. They compare it to like the Steam Discover queue that you can find, where it like gives you 12 games that Steam thinks you're going to like
Yeah.
every day. They kind of describe that they're going to have an algorithm similar to that to try to find you more games similar to the kinds you like. And they're also going to rotate those games they own in and out of the service.
I was gonna say, does this mean everybody's gonna have a different slot of games available to them?
No, because the Steam Discovery queue, like all those games are available to everybody. It's just highlighting different ones for different people, right?
Okay.
It's just like YouTube's recommended for you.
You
or
might
whatever.
like this, yeah.
Yeah. But they use Steam specifically as the comparison. But their idea is that they want to try to expose these indie games more because, I think as we've all talked about in here, right, discoverability is impossible for indie games right now. I don't know how anybody does it.
So I assume this is PC only.
PC only, yeah.
Indie.io is this? I don't have Windows on my Steam Deck, so I assume I'm gonna be out of luck probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think you would have to go to desktop mode. Absolutely,
Mhm.
Scott. I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I don't like this. Doesn't make you feel good.
This doesn't make you feel good?
Because I think of I hear what they're saying, right, with the discoverability, and that's if I
Mhm.
accept them at face value, which I have learned to just not do
Mhm.
with subscription services. But I think about Game Pass and how much it has destroyed sales of smaller titles on Xbox. Something indie developers have talked about, publicly over and over again.
Mhm.
And the fact that like to some developers, they say it's not even worth releasing on Xbox because the audience has just been trained to wait for Game Pass, especially if it's a game that they're on the fence for or something a little smaller, lesser known. So
Mhm.
I feel like this is going to hurt sales for these indie games. It may get that in front of more people, but if you can always trust that an indie.io published game is going to be on Indie Pass, why would you ever buy one again, right?
Yeah, I mean, unless you just really liked it and then you're gonna lose access to it and then wanna go back and play it, or if you're the type
Right.
of person that just wants to go in and dabble for 45 minutes and then wash your hands of the game.
Yeah. No, it certainly serves an audience. I think about what it has done to indie games on Xbox specifically.
Here's the thing, if you do the math,
Mhm.
70 titles, $7 per month, that means each person, if they split up that $7 evenly between all 70 of those developers, each subscription gets that developer 10 cents.
And it's not even based on that though. It's based on engagement. It's how long a game is played is how much money the developer will earn.
Man,
So if
I
you're
don't know.
making an experimental 2 to 3 hour interesting kind of game,
Yeah.
people are just going to be done with it, right?
So you're gonna reward people for making long games. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Granted,
Right, like
if it's a good
idle
game,
games are going to be making so much money.
cookie
Yeah.
clicker.
Yes, yeah.
Uh,
Zach,
okay.
I appreciate your impersonality of me. That was a
Pretty spot on, I
impersonation
would
of me.
say.
Yeah,
Monster
it was
Hunter.
really good. No, I actually think this is good because it's an outside source. It's a third party. They're charging $7 a month for us, and then we're gonna get, it just says it launches with 70 titles. It might get more titles. So, but yeah, the engagement is gonna be whatever. So your game is gonna have to be clean. Your game is gonna have to be, you're gonna be eating with your eyes mostly. So you're
Mhm.
probably not gonna be running around trying all these games out for a little bit. You're going to be looking at the games and then sticking with the ones that actually are attractive to you,
Mhm.
which I mean, that's how most people play games anyway. So
I agree with you from a customer's perspective, right? Much like Game Pass, like this is short term good for any customer, but I worry about it being long term bad for
Developers.
games. But then
Oh,
and
games
then
in
also
general.
like some Game Pass games, right? Like Blueprints, right? I don't think it would have been quite the phenomenon it was without the Game Pass bump of visibility. Right, but that's also, you're hearing about that story, but how many stories are you not hearing about where somebody goes on Game Pass and it just flutters away?
Mm-hmm. I mean, how many times have we done it? You know what I mean? I'm going to talk about a Game Pass game here that put in a couple hours in. I'm probably not going to go back to it.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of it.
Right.
It's always going to be there,
Right.
and I can go back and look at it. I'm not in it, and there's just so many other games to play.
Yeah, that's also my biggest takeaway is like I don't need another avenue for finding games, man. I'm bogged down as it is.
Yeah, that's the thing is like I don't need another service. You know what I mean? I'm
Right.
playing the game just, this is relevant even though it's not video games, but I'm playing the swap service with like movie and TV show services. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like my Netflix. My brother pays for a family plan. He gave me one of his accounts. I gave him half of my Audible membership. You know what I mean?
Right.
Somebody shares their HBO with me. I pay for Hulu and Disney because they're all in a package deal. You know what I mean? But like, it's getting to be like, why do I still have this service? I'm only watching it like once every couple of months, which is what they want, right? That's why they do it because they know people aren't going to cancel. They'd rather pay the extra $9 a month instead of dealing with canceling it.
Well, because convenience is a killer, man. Because people just want to like when you are looking for the movie, you want it to be there, right? So
Right.
you're not going to cancel. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a problem playing the game though. They're like I'm on an Apple kick right now because I'm watching Shrinking. So as soon as that's over, I'll cancel that and move to something else.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'm a big canceler as well for these services. Yeah.
But I don't want to fall into that trap with games. You know what I mean? I don't want there to be I don't we had this complaint of cable TV back in the day. Man, if I could just like pay for a service and pay a monthly fee and just get to watch whatever I want. Now we've got that, but there's 15 of them.
Right. Well, that's the problem, right?
Yeah.
We just have cable again.
We just have cable again. We're probably spending more than we were on cable TV, but we're not watching as many commercials.
By the way, at least I haven't seen a commercial in years, so that is a plus.
Unless you're on Amazon Prime, which I'm on Amazon Prime, and I stopped watching stuff on Amazon Prime because they started adding commercials. Oh, if you want the premium, now you got to bump up your Amazon Prime subscription by $3.
Yeah, exactly. I paid the $3. So
I'm on principle. I'm like, I'm just gonna go watch something on Hulu. I pay for Amazon for free shipping.
The services out there, if you want me by the balls, it's just whatever it costs me to not see a commercial, I'm paying it.
Oh my god,
I can't stand commercials.
Especially like on those services where you're watching the same one at the beginning of every episode.
Oh yeah, it drives me crazy. Absolutely.
It's just
oh my god.
And it's always usually about laundry or something.
Yeah, dude, I remember I remember I used to I didn't have cable, right? But I always wanted to watch Arrow every week. So I had to use the CW website. And it was like the same, it was the same ad every ad break.
Yeah.
And so never again am I going to do that. You hear me?
But do you know the ad?
Thankfully, no. It changed every season, I guess. I'll say that.
I actually had an observation. Like the Rick Astley Never Gonna Give You Up.
Mm-hmm.
Ads have completely ruined rickrolling people. Because if you I got rickrolled by a company on April Fool's Day. They literally sent a press release that you click on the press release and it takes you to a rickroll video.
But the ad ruined
after 2 ads. And so you see at the bottom of the screen that this is Rick Astley Never Gonna Give You Up, but there's 2 ads before it. It totally ruins the joke. I actually made a post on social media. I was like, I think all versions of Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up should just be automatically exempt
from the titling rule. Oh, for ads, yeah.
Like they should not have. Yeah,
I'm sure Rick Astley's bank account would disagree. I'm sure he wants that money.
Well,
I'm sure he's not getting it.
Surely he's
getting
it's just going right to
YouTube.
He's probably not getting it. It's not like
I'm sure he's getting if it's it's a Rick Astley Vivo.
Does he have a second song?
Sure, I'm sure he must.
He has to, right?
During the breakup, it was Always Gonna Give You Up.
All right. Well, that's the week's news. What do you guys say we go ahead and jump into the new games we've been playing?
No.
Zach, it is so good to have you back because I am really bad at reading the new releases. Will you let everybody know what they can purchase this coming week?
He is bad. I'm just
At the
saying.
top, though, never change, Jake. Same joke every week about when Scott's like, "Hey, do you guys want to get into new games?" No.
No. And then the music starts.
April 10th, though, you can run your own little bookstore and tiny bookshop, which is making its way to PS5. A new ARPG, Crystal Fall, is going to PC. We go down to April 13th. Before I Go releases on PS5, Xbox Series X, Switch, and PC. Boy, I'm rusty as well. Gunboat God, which is just a cool name for anything. Little shooter game coming out to PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC. April 14th, the much anticipated Replaced. Speaking of Game Pass, it's a 2D cyberpunk action game coming to Xbox Series consoles, Xbox One, and PC. Hades 2 makes its way off of Switch and onto the big boy consoles as it releases onto PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series consoles. Calamity Angels Special Delivery, which, just as fun as it sounds, coming to PC on April 15th. April 16th is a bigger day because we see the release of Mouse PI for Hire on every single console under the sun, as well as PC. Cthulhu: The Cosmic Abyss, first-person horror game, because PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC. Tamagotchi Life: Living the Dream. No joke, I think it's going to be a monster hit when it releases on Switch 2 and Switch.
Think so, huh?
I think so. It was like one of the most watched direct trailers ever. Like, people were
blows
stoked.
my mind. That game.
I don't know, dude. Pokemon Pocopius was selling out, in stores. So people like
digitally.
like cozy.
It's the Chuck Norris of video games.
Nintendo cozy. R.I.P. Gecko Gods, Indie Geckos of PS5, Switch, and PC. Erebin Shadow Legacy, a rarity in video games of the modern era, a stealth-focused video game. Coming to PS5 and Xbox Series consoles. And then Syntopia, where you can run your own little community in hell, comes to PC. Big day. What about Jake? Any games here tripping your trigger?
I think last time we were talking about it, and I wanted to try Crystal Fall, although playing as an anamorphic animal, human, whatever thing, hasn't been cool in years.
Not since Star Fox Adventures Dinosaur Planet, you mean?
Oh my god.
No, a little bit sooner than that. But anyway, yeah, I might try that game out.
I think it looks really interesting, actually. Not usually my
Diablo.
genre.
Like,
yeah, very
yes.
Diablo. Not usually
or
my thing.
Hades 2.
Hades. But there's something about the art style of Crystal Fall is interesting to me because it's like kind of a little more gritty and grounded than you would typically expect from fur people.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm intrigued.
Well, and like watching the movement of that game in the trailer, like you forget that it's an anthropomorphized, like what is it, a fox or something like that?
Yeah.
Like you forget, like, oh yeah, that's like
Fox
a
lady.
a fox lady, not like a human. I just watch. I forgot until they go back to like the cutscenes in the trailer. It was kind of disorienting, but
Probably reminds a lot of people of Crystal from the hit video game Star Fox Adventures Dinosaur Planet.
oh my god.
Scott, what about you on this list?
I mean, the low hanging fruit is Mouse PI for Hire, but since I figured that was going to be on all of ours at some point, I'm also going to say Before I Go. I feel like I haven't the last really good, unless I'm forgetting one, the last really good 2D Metroidvania gear-gated game that I played was Prince of Persia: Lost Crown. I've been kind of craving one of those for a while. This one looks kind of cool, although I'm not liking the design of the main character that you play as. It looks kind of stiff, but the environments and the attacks and stuff that you do look pretty interesting. How about you?
Interesting. I also assumed it was going to be a 3-way Mouse PI for Hire, but I think I would probably go with Erebin: A Shadow Legacy because the demo really surprised me. And it is like, how often do you get games where you have to play stealth?
Right.
It's so rare. So I was pleasantly surprised by the demo on PlayStation.
All right.
Yeah, Mouse PI was definitely the lowest of hanging fruit, and then no one actually said it. But yeah, I'm kind of excited for that game to come out.
It's always a bridesmaid, never a bride, I guess.
Right?
Is that one coming to Game Pass? Speaking of not buying things, I feel like it is.
I didn't think that was coming to Game
Pass.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, let's.
I ask only because I don't have the highest tier of Game Pass anymore, but I am now trained. Oh, this is a Game Pass game. Okay, I'll just wait for it to jump down to premium and I'll play it then.
Oh, is that how it works? Is like it'll be on premium and then it's eventually going to come to the lower tier at some point?
Yeah, like it starts out only on Ultimate, then like 6 months to a year later,
Oh, okay.
The people who they get punished, by not paying up. They get
It hasn't
that.
said, it hasn't said that it's going to be on
Okay.
Game Pass.
My mistake. Hard to know what is or isn't because certain games like Super Meat Boy 3D are.
Right.
Sorry.
That was a great segue.
Oh, I'm not even looking.
That was a really good segue.
I wasn't. I was still looking at Mouse PI. God, you guys are so. I was reading stuff.
I'm over here crushing it. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of nonsense segues that we're not supposed to point out to the players. Anyway, Scott, you've been playing Super Meat Boy 3D on Xbox.
Yes, I have. Did you guys play the original Super Meat Boy or Super Meat Boy? Was it Fever?
No, I was looking at if Mouse PI was on Game Pass. But
when you press start, he was playing. Oh, back in 2010, he was looking if Mouse PI for hours. When you press start in this game, does it say Super Meat Boy?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, okay, man, that's kind of sad.
I played
so unplayable. Then you would say is your review?
I played the mess out of Super Meat Boy on Xbox when that first released. And which is crazy to me because I am allergic to difficult games. You guys know this. I don't like to struggle a whole lot. I love Super Meat Boy. There's something about playing a game that is exceptionally difficult in small chunks, right? Because you could just get through that little chunk, you're okay. And I played it so much, I don't remember if I beat it, but I had the issue with that game where I refused to go on until I got an A+ ranking on a board. And that was always an issue because I would not go on. I was very nervous about the translation to 3D. I looked at the trailers and I was like, yeah, this looks very Super Meat Boy, but man, I just don't know how that's going to translate well to 3D. It's just going to be very frustrating. I'm happy to say that I think it works very, very well. It definitely feels like Super Meat Boy in 3D, which I know is a profound thing to say, but it is jarring at first for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's a fixed camera angle. You have very limited, you can't really control the camera. And it's kind of like following you around, which, as you know, if you ever play a 3D platformer, if you're going in a direction and the camera spins around you, it can be very frustrating when you're trying to move in a very precise way while the camera is moving. It doesn't do it egregiously, so it's not a super big deal. The bigger issue I have is more of a personal issue in that when you're playing Super Meat Boy, you're constantly moving forward or moving to the side. And if you're trying to go for a speed run, you know that feeling of like, if I don't want to lift up on the joystick because I'm going to stop for a split second, but I feel like I need to readjust.
Mm-hmm.
That happens all the time in this game. And I don't know how to remedy that or what I need to do in my brain because I can't play this type of game like with a joystick, which would be the way to solve that, right? If I could just play instead of a stick, I could actually use like a joystick or hold the controller like a joystick, that's what crazy people do.
Yeah, you sound crazy even thinking about it.
But like, I'm just trying to think.
He wants to play the game with a flight stick. Like,
yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Yeah, or I'm thinking like an arcade joystick. Like if I could.
You mean like our logo?
Yes, exactly.
That's a microphone.
Just talking to a microphone. So this has exactly what you expect from Super Meat Boy. It's got spinning wheels. It's got when you die, you instantly come back. Although it feels not quite as instantaneous as the 2D version, but that could just be me being impatient. I can't tell. I haven't done a comparison. And
think about how much less patient our brains are compared to 2010 already.
Right.
I was gonna say we already had this conversation. As we get older, time moves faster.
Seriously, I got things to do. Come on. They do. I was hoping that they did this. They do it in this game where after you complete it, they show you all the iterations of Super Meat Boy, including the one that made it.
Honestly, if they didn't have that replay feature, it would be unplayable to me. I think I would lose all the interest because it was such a memorable feature of the original game.
Yeah. Here's the only bad part about that, or what I wish they would remedy this in somehow. So you beat the level, but you don't get the time you want, right? So you replay the stage, and then you replay the stage and replay the stage. When you finally beat it, if you've replayed the stage, it erases all of those Super Meat Boys. The only ones that stay are the ones that you get from when you started playing the stage to when you finally beat the stage. If
Oh,
you
I mean,
beat the stage, it gets rid of all the others. So if you're trying to perfect a time, it's a moot point.
Seems fair to me. I don't know what
No, I
can they
know. It's
do?
just like, because I'm the person that is going for the A+ ranking on these.
Yeah.
And I would love to see all the mess ups I had in order to get not just beating the level, but also, you know what I mean?
plus. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, because I'm working a lot harder for the A+ than I am for the levels. So it is a lot of fun. It's very frustrating. There's even little things in between, like the loading screens that are saying funny things like, how many controllers did you break on the original Super Meat Boy? Like stuff like that. Like, don't throw your controller. It's clearly going to be a difficult game. It is a little tricky navigating a 3D environment, like knowing the angle that you have to do and being able to see things. But I look at it as kind of like I'm thinking of Celeste the entire time I'm playing this. And Celeste was brilliant in that you could sit there and stare at the screen and figure out exactly what you're supposed to do without moving. You don't have that luxury here because you can't see the entire level because you're actually platforming through it. And I feel like it was the same way with Super Meat Boy originally, but there was still a lot more you could see at one go. You know what I mean? You really have to learn by trial and
Man,
error.
I really thought the first one was single screen, but I probably misremembering.
Some of it was some of the early levels, but as you
Okay.
got going, it got progressively more scrolly.
Understood.
And then I only got to one boss fight, but those boss fights are brutally difficult. It's just pure memorization because it's one hit and you start the whole boss fight all over again if you remember. And then
is Dr. Fetus along for the ride?
Oh yeah, every time you rescue Bandage Girl, he is abusing her. Holy cow!
Yeah.
it's like every time you get to Bandage Girl, there's like a little animation. Before it was just like him like kind of showing up and disappearing with Bandage Girl. Now he's like taking Bandage Girl and beating Super Meat Boy with her. Like it's just like crazy the things that he's doing, and everyone is different every time.
Does it hurt her if she's made out of bandages though?
I don't know, because she's got a lot more bandages than the one this time. So I feel like there is some healing going on, but it's
Bandage Girl.
And Dr. Fetus is actually much more defined inside his little bubble thing. Like he's got a lot more detail, which is interesting. There's a lot of love and care put into this game. I'm having fun with it. I don't know how much I'm going to stick with it just because my patience isn't quite what it was back in 2010. And there's a lot more things to play, but I am very impressed with what they put together here. So that is Super Meat Boy. I am playing it on Xbox, but it's also available on PlayStation, Switch, and PC. And it is Team Meat still. Is that still? What's his name? Edmund McMillan?
Yeah.
Well, he's not a part of it anymore. But
that's what I was going to say. He's not.
Tommy Rafines is.
Yeah.
Gotcha. It is $24.99, but it is on Game Pass, so you can play that there as well.
I think Ed McMillan is too busy making tens of millions of dollars off of cat games to care about Meat Boy anymore.
Can't believe that game blew up like it did. It's just still so bizarre to me.
So, talking about beating people while they're down. David Newman over here. It's hard for Jake to read. Leave him alone. What a jerk. What a jerk.
All right, Zach, you're up.
About Recoin? You want to talk about Recoin?
Yeah.
No, Scott's up.
No. But so Recoin, you've got to explain this to me because I'm watching the trailer and my immediate thought is, how is this fun?
Everybody is talking about this game, dude.
I understand that it is a huge deal right now. But when I finally watched the trailer after seeing so much about it, I couldn't believe like this is what the sensation is. But I have an open mind, and I'm wondering, I bet if you looked at Balatro, right?
Yeah.
Initially, you were just like, it's poker. I don't get it. Right.
Right.
So, hey, this is that weird coin game at the mall. I don't get it.
Well, I feel like you're going to get two different opinions between me and Jake because I feel like we have a little bit different feelings on this game, which would be interesting because we both played it. I didn't even realize Jake played it until last night. But yes, if you remember those coin pusher games at the malls or in arcades where you drop a quarter in and it falls to the back and there's a metal bar that is constantly going back and forth and the coin falls in there. And the idea is that, you eventually push things at the very front and whatever falls in is what you win. right? That's the premise of these games. So they combine that with roguelike elements where you have a certain number of coins that you can drop, and then once you're out of coins, you can exchange them for tickets, which are your currency to purchase upgrades, but you can only do that so many times, and you keep going and going and going until you have no more coins to be able to play, and then you start a new run. And
Okay,
then
so these are the worst games you can find at an arcade or mall. So how is it? What are they doing here?
Well,
is it the same, base gameplay as those machines?
yes,
Okay.
but the pull for this, or the draw, is the endorphins you get by knocking stuff into the front of it, because this game does the towers of coins. So when you see that giant tower of coin and getting closer and closer and it falls in, it just feels that satisfying, am I using the right word, endorphin hit, or
Dopamine.
That's the word I'm looking for. It's just that solid, satisfying feeling of knowing that huge stack just went in and I got all these points. But what they do, and Zach and Jake, feel free to interrupt me at any time, because you've played a lot more than I have. But
not now.
I feel bad for anybody's headphones right now.
Yeah. No, but the game does, in between rounds, you can go to a store and you can purchase coins that do different things. You can purchase, what are the things on the left called, Jake? The little add-ons that you put on the left of the screen.
I know what you're talking about. I thought they were chips. The chips.
Chips. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, each individual chip that you get does something interesting. Like, it will get rid of bad coins, or it will stick to all the ones that are around it. So now this one coin is now 16 coins that are all stuck together, or something like that. They all do something interesting, and it helps you prolong what you're doing. Go ahead.
Yeah, because you have the special coins that you have to buy from the shop, which are on the right hand side of the screen that you throw in there. One of them is the gum one, and so all the coins that it touches stick to it.
Right.
But yeah, the chips on the left, you can double those up. You could get like 4 of one kind.
Right.
And so you can start stacking effects, and it gets kind of bonkers.
Right. Oh, and then there's the added mechanic of, there's a combo meter. So as soon as you drop a coin in the front, it starts a combo meter, and then there's a timer that goes down, and as long as you get another coin to go down into the front before that timer goes down, it increases the combo meter. And the higher you get that combo meter, the greater reward it will get you. Usually the base kind is it just starts spitting out extra coins for you randomly, which obviously is a big help. And it just feels good, man. It just, because we've all played that stupid coin game, right? But very few of us have ever actually seen a whole lot of stuff fall. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's always like, I wish we could make it fall. This, you're making things fall, and it feels awesome, even if you're not getting the actual intrinsic reward that you did from those.
So there are the gadgets that you can get. They come in the little, the prize balls that you can see into them. And if you make those falls, you get to use the gadget, whatever it might be, whether it's a black hole or whatever that automatically collects the coins or whatever. My go-to gadget right now is the UFO, because the UFO, if you,
the one that puts a little yellow thing like right in the middle there, I could not figure out what it did.
It's like a little antenna on the side of it, whatever.
Yeah.
If you sell 3 gadgets, it activates and it will summon a UFO to the field, and it will act as a black hole, and it will suck up all the coins in the area that the UFO comes down. On the second turn around, if you do it again, it will summon the UFO, and the UFO will go haywire and drop all the drop coins back onto the playing field.
Okay.
If you're doing my little strategy, where one of the chips is called yo-yo, and so when one of the prize balls falls onto the coins, all the coins that it touches get a bonus of plus 16 cost.
Oh.
And then so on, at some point there are these perks that you get in the game. I don't even know where you can see them in the game, but they just say that they have an effect. And one of them is ping pong. So if your gadget inventory is full and a gadget falls in, instead of automatically getting rid of it, there's a 70% chance that it falls back onto the coins. And so every time one falls, it gets thrown back up top. And then if I have the UFO there, when it falls, it's considered sold. And so it adds a stack. And
I am
so
so jealous of your ability to figure this stuff out, man, because
as coins are falling, you get the combo meter, and then when you get the combo meter so high and it lands on the prize balls, up to 5 prize balls can fall. And so it is constantly just throwing coins and picking up coins and dropping prize balls and throwing them back up there and increasing the value of it and all that stuff. At one point last night, I had a run going with 30,000 tickets, and I used whatever dog gadget it was. It sacrifices 20. It sacrifices 20% of your tickets and adds that value to the coins in the area.
Mhm.
And so I ended up with like $1 million coins
Oh
at
my
some point.
God.
It was nuts. It was nuts.
So my issue with this game, the reason it's not grabbing me as much is there's just so much going on. There are so many different coins. There are so many different gadgets. There are so many different chips. It's overstimulating for me, and I just don't have the patience to go look at every coin and see. I'm just throwing out coins and just like hoping it's
Mhm.
something good. You know what I mean? So clearly you figured this out way more than I have. I had a pretty decent run. I think I got about like 2/3 of the way through to the like to round 10 or 11 of 15. I did not feel compelled to go do a second round, but clearly you
Yeah.
have. So
I've completed 3 or 4 rounds, but no, the coins are weird because each coin says that as long as it's in play, it has an effect, which means it has to be among the other coins. And a lot of them will fall off the playing field really, really quick. So I don't even feel like the coins are even worth it at some point. The gadgets are more useful.
but you only have like 2 slots. I think you get a third one eventually, but
Yeah. But there are like the alien ship is a gadget that goes onto the field. You can have the 3 gadgets active on the field at a time. But the only 2 that I've seen are the UFO and fishbones. And fishbones just actively block where coins can go, which I don't see the point of that unless
How
you're
is that
trying to catch special coins.
oh, okay, yeah.
So I don't know how that would be beneficial other than to keep those coins on the field. But yeah, and the raccoon scares me.
Oh, like it's like tears, like when he
Yes.
in between.
Oh,
So the raccoon is like doing things to your. He's putting bad coins out there to try to get in your way, and if you destroy his coins, when you complete that stage, it goes to this like mini menu in between, and there's a raccoon. It's very Japanese, or it's trying to be Japanese.
I have no idea what it's trying
Like
to do.
it's like the raccoon has tears coming out of his eyes that are down below his chin.
Yeah,
And
like
he's
anime
waving his
style.
head back and forth, and the tears are like rocking back and forth. It doesn't make any physical sense, and it's just kind of creepy.
Just cartoon
it's-
logic, you know?
Yeah.
No, it's really creepy. But yeah, no.
So are you liking
I-
it? I assume you're liking it.
Any game like this, I try to figure out how to break the game.
Yeah, I know.
And
I'm jealous of your
and that's
brain
part
to
of
be able to do
my and that's part of my enjoyment in these games is I enjoy breaking the game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to go back to it, but everyone's just raving about it. And
Yeah.
like you said, Zach, looking at it, I don't like the look of this game. I think it looks. I don't know. It's not like the coins and everything looking sharper are going to, you know. But there's just something that feels muddy about how it looks. The
I mean,
physics
you know.
feel great.
You
But-
can't gel with every art style out there, you know?
Yeah. This one just.
Well, I
doesn't
think
work for me.
in the beginning of the game it asks you how pixelated you want everything to be.
Oh,
and
did
I
it?
made
I
it-
must have missed
yeah.
that.
And I made it as smooth as possible, and it still looks like it's pixelated a lot. So I'm not entirely sure why the game looks like that. Because it's not a very big game. It's not like half a gig.
Yeah.
So it's not intensive at all.
So that is Raccoin. Is there a subtitle on that? Raccoin, like coin pusher, or is it just Raccoin?
Coin pusher rogue. I think it's
Coin
is it-
pusher
is that-
rogue after it. It is
roguelike.
only available on PC. Part of my issue might be that I'm playing this on Steam Deck. I feel like this game would be a lot easier to play with a mouse. You're playing with a mouse, I assume.
Yeah, but it has options to play without the mouse.
Right, and I can make it work, I just feel like I would be it'd be easier to bounce around and do things and select things. I'm
Yeah.
actually having to use the trackpad to like focus in on a coin that I want to be able to see what it is, and that's an annoying way that's an annoying way to use a mouse. So maybe I need, but again, is this one on? I need to go look and see if this one's on Mac, because if it's on Mac, I need to try that. I should have mentioned this at the top when I was talking about Slay the Spire. I have been playing that at work because this is like the first time in a long time that a Mac game, a game works on a Mac for me.
Yeah.
So like on my lunch break, I'm sitting there eating my lunch and doing a round of Slay the Spire 2, like every day. Like I'm like legitimately looking forward to lunch now just to get a round of Slay the Spire in. It's great. And my kids come in after recess and they see me playing it. What are you playing? Oh, you look like you're playing Prodigy. Do you know what Prodigy is, Jake?
No. Oh no, I do know Prodigy actually.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No.
Because your kids probably played it when they were in school.
Yes.
It's an educational game that's like an RPG where they go against each other. Oh, are you playing Prodigy, Mr. Clark? No, I'm playing Aspire 2.
Back in my day, we just played the Oregon Trail. And we liked it.
Right. In my day, we died from dysentery. We liked it.
That's right. You got 45 pounds of meat, even though you need to feed 2 people because you just like hunting stuff.
That's all I wanted to do is hunt. Get that one buffalo. You're set. You can only carry like a third of it back. I saw a guy on somewhere on social media today that did a video where he was doing a D&D campaign in his class to teach kids about the Oregon Trail, and he had them like split up into 2 different groups, and they had to, as a group, make it through the Oregon Trail, and they had roles and all this kind of stuff, and they all had characters that he pre-assigned them, and they had to survive dysentery and all that kind of stuff.
I would play that.
I
want to go for this like in real life.
I told Kevin about it, our producer, and he and I have been talking about, because I've been doing a D&D campaign with my students for their math tests.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you how the logistics of that, but like I need to patent this idea or something and just make this a thing. Make it where you can do a story campaign like you do campaigns in D&D, but do it at a simpler, easy for teachers to understand how to do it, provide it to everybody, and make it fun. I don't know. But
see, I loved the Oregon Trail when I was in school, but the only time that I ever played it, I think it was the second week, like the second time we were playing it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I died immediately.
So
like we were crossing a river and I drowned and I was done. I just sat there the entire time, watched the other kids play the game.
Oh, that sucks. My thing, when I played Oregon Trail, it wasn't like I was playing with other people. It was like when I had computer time, but you never had enough time during computer time to play an entire run of Oregon Trail, and you couldn't save your game, could you? It was just like a one and done kind of thing. So you never had enough time to actually make it all the way. But all right, well, we got one more game to talk about. David stopped by to tell us about a game that he's been checking out. Let's play that for you right now.
That's why.
All right, thank you, David. Appreciate you stopping by, as always. Before we head on to our topic, I want to remind everybody about our Facebook group. Please join the community over there, facebook.com/groups/the GoCast, our Discord server. There's a link in the show notes of this very episode. Also, drop us a review wherever you listen to podcasts, whether it be Apple Podcasts, whether it be Spotify. We would love to hear your thoughts on it as well. If you drop a review, we will read it on the show. Lastly, our website is thegamingoutsider.com. You can find all of our written content as well as all of our episodes on there if you choose to listen to it there. But please check out the written reviews that we've got on there. We would love to hear from you. And with that said, let's go ahead now and jump to our From the Outside In topic. Boy, we haven't done this one in a while. We used to do community questions every single month, and we haven't done this. I'm looking forward to get back into this. So we posted on social media, Facebook, Discord, Twitter, Blue Sky, Threads, even Fuse, which, by the way, has gone under a new name change now. But we posted everywhere asking for questions, and you guys delivered. So let's start over on Discord. CJ Moore, he asked us over on Discord, with the Artemis 2 launch, I find myself wanting to play an astronaut sim game. There were a couple OG games or Zero Gravity games in VR I played, but all in their own world with an independent story and limited gameplay. But I want like a NASA astronaut simulator. Do any of the hosts know of one, VR or otherwise? And more importantly, what would you want from an astronaut sim? Tedious spaceship maintenance minutia? Super risky space maneuvers? Aliens? What do you guys think? Zach, I feel like you're the encyclopedia of knowledge. Do you know any astronaut games?
Outer Wilds takes physics seriously, right?
I've not played Outer Wilds.
But that's the only thing. I'm sure. I'm confident there must be somewhere out there.
I mean, Kerbal Space Program comes to mind.
That's all about launching the ship.
That's all about
right?
launching, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't really know.
What are you shaking your head at us for, dude?
Because it's not all about launching, but okay.
Is there more?
Anyway, so you want me to start
Correct.
talking? Okay.
No.
So
don't.
for just VR. No, okay. I'm sorry, Zach. I'll just for VR only games, they're on Steam right now. They have NASA's Exoplanet Excursions, which NASA has mapped out another solar system that has exoplanets on it that might, or well, there's just planets in another solar system, whatever. But the game is free. It's for VR only, and you can fly around the universe and explore these planets and do research and kind of cool stuff. Not exactly a game, but things can happen. Other than that, there's Breath Edge and Astronomica, which are both Subnautica-esque games, but in space. Breath Edge has been out for a number of years in early development and whatever, and is kind of funny. It's got a lot of dry humor and stuff in it, and an immortal chicken that he uses as a wrench, I think. So that's weird. One of my favorite is Stationeers, which is in space. You can build a base on the moon that is extremely labor intensive, going down to gases, temperature, and trying to manage oxygen and different stuff in space. Not exactly on a ship or anything, but still kind of working on it. Then we get into Kerbal Space Program, which allows you to build a rocket ship, send it out, and plan missions out. And then you have to manage energy and if you do career mode, they give you missions that you have to complete to actually earn money and earn science to continue further in development of the rockets. So whether that's busing people up into low Earth orbit and bringing them back safely, or just sending a rocket ship out into space to do some kind of scientific research, whether that's temperature taking or
like a 5-year mission.
One of my favorite ones is goo in a bottle. It's literally just a goo thing that you strap to the side of your ship, get up into zero orbit or zero gravity, and just see what it does. And they just look at it and go, yep, it's doing that. If you send a satellite, like a Voyager type of thing, really far out there, you have to make sure that your radio waves are actually making it back to Earth, or you just lost a ship. Hammerheim, he says landing on the moon is hella hard in Kerbal, and yes, it is hard, but there are ways, and people have done extraordinary things in there. You can take your little astronauts out on spacewalks to do other scientific stuff out in zero gravity. But again, that's if for some reason your little guy would have float away, he's dead and your ship is gone. So don't do that. Going further past that, there is the Juno New Origins, which is kind of like Kerbal Space Program Plus. And so it's a little bit more in depth with the rocket making, but you still do relatively the same amount of stuff. I don't know if that one has a career mode or whatnot, but that does involve taking care of the ship while it's in space as well. That one actually has an inter-game logic system, kind of like ladder logic, to program the ship to do stuff on its own rather than you having to do it yourself. And then from the makers of Stationeers, RocketWorks, comes Kitten Space Agency, which is what they're which they're calling the soul successor, or the spirit successor of Kerbal Space Program. Some people left the organization originally and started working at, I guess not working at RocketWorks, but working with RocketWorks to make Kitten Space Program. Oh, Jackson Hampton says No Man's Sky, pretty sci-fi, but really good planet and space exploration. The only reason why I did not bring up No Man's Sky is because you're not actually doing anything in space or to the spaceships. You're kind of just building a base and exploring. So it's not really...
Space is just A to B, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're in space, but there's no reason to really be in space other than to shoot spaceships or to be on your freighter. But I mean, there's no... Yeah.
I like shooting spaceships.
Yeah, but that's not very astronaut
Yeah.
No.
simulation experience-y.
No. But yeah, Kitten Space Agency is the spiritual successor of Kerbal Space Program. They're doing a lot of work for that. There's still a lot of updates going on, and that game is free on Awoo. I forget. It's it's called Awoo. Hold on. Let me bring
It's
it
called
up.
a woo.
The website is called Awoo. It's
Do we really need to? Is this really the time to be looking up websites?
hold on. It's right here. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's ahwoo.com. That's
Okay.
it's called Awoo. So, well, Kitten Space Agency isn't on Steam or anything, but you can get it for free on Awoo. And then
All right.
there's a donation thing on there. So, if you wanted to donate to the cause to make this game better, you can. So
I like it.
those are my 4.5 cents to this.
All right. Well, the second half of this question is like, what do you guys want from an astronaut sim? I mean, I kind of like I'm kind of fascinated by this whole Artemis 2 thing. I keep reading, getting news alerts about it. Like right before we started recording, they lost contact with the crew as they were going on the backside of the moon. It was like 40 minutes they didn't have contact, and and then they just got contact again, and like I don't know. I the whole thing is fascinating, and it's also fun watching people on the internet that don't believe in science. Their minds are being blown, and then the arguing and of everything that's going on in this. How can we be furthest away even though we're not at the moon yet? Like, open a science book. Just orbits. They're a thing. They're ellipse. They're elliptical. Yes, the Earth is round. Like, it's just Anyway, what I want is
just don't even acknowledge these people, dude. Like, if you
Oh
think of
my
the Earth
God.
is flat, you are not worth considering.
Hey now, relax.
It's okay, man.
Family friendly podcast.
It's been a rough week for me.
And
It's been a
science,
rough week for me in terms of
Dude,
that
great.
whole thing.
Great brain synergy for science this past month, huh? Between Project Hail Mary and Artemis 2.
Yeah,
Science
I
had
feel
a field day.
I wonder if that was
A
intentional
concerted effort.
Like, did we know Artemis 2 as the public? Did we know that was happening?
Hey, they were calling up Lord and Miller, the directors of Project Hail Mary, be like, hey, make sure you delay the movie until this rocket's ready to go. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Right.
So here's what I want is I kind of want just that experience. Like I know that everyone's like, when you're a kid, like I want to be an astronaut, I want to go to space. Being an astronaut is nutty, right? Like it's not. First off, it's scary. You're got how many tons of fuel under your butt about to be ignited.
That's why CJ wants to do it in VR.
Right.
But I mean, I want like the full on experience of like walking the platform and putting your helmet on, and I want to walk through like the things that we don't see. We see them walk across the platform and get into the elevator. We don't see anything after that. What does it look like on the inside of that space shuttle? We've seen stuff in movies, but what does it actually look like when you're getting strapped in and all that kind of stuff? And then, you could do some time lapse, but I like the idea of just like doing tasks that, they have to do inside there, because they're not just sitting there, they're doing things.
I think I'm with you in that. I kind of want the tedium.
Yeah.
Right. I want to know what the actual like hour to hour life of an astronaut is,
Mhm.
because you only ever hear about the cool parts, right? I want to hear about like the 6 hours where there's nothing really going on.
Right.
Yeah.
And what are they doing to, we have things like Apollo 13 where like, oh, they're playing around with the stuff floating around in space, and they're hamming it up for the camera, even though they're not on TV anymore.
They bring a set of Uno up there.
Yeah, right.
Uno and Zero G. I don't know.
Like, can you bring like a switch? Like, is there something for you to plug into? Because they got to conserve power, right?
Just bring like a truckload of those power banks pre-charged.
Yes, but I mean, then like actually like,
why is the ship so heavy?
Seeing the moon get bigger in your screen as you're working, and it just gets, and then what's it like going around the dark side of the moon? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that could be a whole like immersive thing, and then the inertia of slingshotting around and then going back, and
what happens when you have to fart? You just gotta let it go.
I mean, I saw Rocket Man. We saw how that worked out. If you have not seen that movie, Rocket
biopic.
Man. No, not that Rocket Man. The one with Harlan Williams, who becomes an astronaut. It's a slapstick comedy from the 90s. And I actually pulled up that scene and showed my students one day, and they thought it was hilarious. So
yeah, Elton John wrote that song about it, right?
Yes, he wrote it for that movie. Exactly. All right, our next question comes from
We
Displaced
didn't
Foot.
actually-
Oh wait, did you want to answer? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say we didn't really. Zach, did you have something to say?
I agree with that. I piggybacked on Scott. Yeah.
I guess it's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like the TDM, but there's not a game that does it in like an actual spaceship in space. So I'd like to
Right.
do that. So
Yeah. I want one of
guess
Jake's
it's the
simulator
same-
games. Where all the minutiae is accounted for.
Right.
Real quick, me and the kids have been talking about it, and apparently one of the things they brought on the ship with them was flour. And I was kind of like, what are they going to do? Bake up there? And my oldest son said, like, that brings up a really good question because they have air filters and stuff in there. So it couldn't be the powder form because if it foofed, you'd get it in your ventilation system and you wouldn't have any of this stuff. So he was wondering if they had some kind of like flour gel to, and I was like, oh, stop that. Stop thinking.
I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah.
I remember as a kid, like it was always a big thing about eating dried ice cream, or like you know,
Mhm.
like you could like buy packets of that at like novelty shops and so this is what astronauts eat.
Right.
I always wanted to try it and I never did.
There was another conversation because apparently they brought up however many bars of granola, and we were thinking about how funny that was to have the crumbs all over the zero gravity.
Oh my goodness.
You gotta eat it in one bite.
Right.
I watched oh my goodness, what is that movie with Sam Neill in space and Lawrence Fishburne where the ship goes to hell and back?
Event Horizon.
Event Horizon. There's a scene in that movie where Lawrence Fishburne is like, "Have you ever seen fire in zero gravity? It's beautiful." I'm like, I just want to see what fire looks like in the zero gravity now. I don't know. Anyway, Jake, you want to read the next one?
Displaced Foot says, what is the one thing you would change about a certain game play style? Not story, but gameplay. Like if Hades was a FPS instead of a roguelike, or Mario was a roguelike instead of a platformer.
I would like it if Flower or Journey was fun.
Interesting genre shift to fun.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, Mario was a roguelike. Oh man, that's not, I guess it's the closest we got to that was that handheld one, but that was just a straight up platformer more than anything.
He's not saying that one specifically. He's just saying, what would you do? What game
No, I
would
know.
you choose to
I'm
change
not
genres?
creative, man. I can't come up with
Be creative. Come
ideas.
on. You teach third graders. I'm sure
no.
they say plenty of creative things.
I don't.
was thinking about this topic while I was at work today, and I think because near the end of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, you have to take over a lot of gang territory as a Grove Street family, right?
Mhm.
And I was thinking, what if instead of it kind of being, the mechanics of the game, what if it was just a strategy game where you're doing gang control? I'm sure this kind of game must exist, right? But I'm thinking XCOM style, like hardcore tactical battles, but with Uzis.
Oh,
And you get the gang control, but then you get the events of like, the ballers are rolling up, they're tagging on our turf. What are we gonna do, Commander? Kind of want that going on. But for gang warfare.
The bullets are rolling up.
What are we gonna do?
I like that if you like do a certain gang sign, you get some kind of buff, like, "Hey," and then
Yeah, it may be, yeah, or like because you have those like development layers in the XCOM, right? It's like, hey, CJ, we figured out how to add 4 more bullets in this clip. You're like, oh my god, yeah. I think it would be silly and fun, and Jake, I think, agrees. So
yeah,
there's
Jake's in.
Yeah.
Lost Jake.
You're just on the battlefield, and one of the actions is throw up the sign. Like,
dude, and it's like plus 15 morale, right? Now you do extra damage your next shot.
oh,
I'm into it, man.
I mean, I'm not good at coming up with fresh ideas, but I love the whole. You said Grand Theft Auto. Remember when they made like a medieval version of Grand Theft Auto? It was like we call it Grand Theft
Horse. Yeah.
Like I wish I could come up with clever ideas like that. I'm not good at that. Like maybe
Rustler.
Rustler. Yes. I never played it. Did you play it? Didn't they have like sirens?
I did, yeah.
Horses.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. Like the cop horses, right? With like actual sirens. It was a pretty goofy game. A lot of fun.
Yeah. I just love that it exists though.
That. Yeah.
I'm thinking, boy, I mean, we've. I know everybody is trying to capitalize on Vampire Survivors, right?
Mhm.
But I would love to see something like that with a well-known property, like a Nintendo property,
Mm.
like in like Mario 64.
Mushroom Kingdom Survivors.
Yes,
That'd be cool. I'd play that. Yeah, I mean they're
I
doing
would-
Warhammer Survivors later this year.
Are they okay?
Yeah, so that'll be a big one.
They did. They did the what was the one with the dwarfs? The
Deep Rock Galactic.
Deep
Yeah,
Rock
it's,
Galactic.
people
Yeah.
love that one.
Yeah.
Survivors.
Survivors.
Yeah, you're right. Jake, did you have any ideas?
Not really, but I wanted to add the Nemesis system to the Division.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that would actually be sick. Holy crap!
That would be really good. Yeah.
The Division's already so good. You know, you throw that in there. Oh my god, that'd be awesome.
Can somebody please
Uh,
bring back the Nemesis system and
Dude,
anything?
oh my god,
Anybody,
that'd be
anybody,
awesome.
anybody do the Nemesis system, please.
But in
That's
Division,
a great idea, Jake. Holy
Division
crap.
3, yeah,
'Cause
dude.
well, I was thinking about this topic earlier, and I was thinking about Odyssey, and I was like, well, maybe we could do the Nemesis system in that one, but I already had
Mario Odyssey.
no, Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I should have clarified, but that one already had the mercenary system to where if you
Mhm.
got strong enough, other mercenaries would attack you randomly, and whatever you kill them, blah blah, or move on. And I was like, okay, well they've already got something like that. What if we added it? And I was trying to think, and I completely forgot they were both Ubisoft games. And I was just thinking like, okay, well you're going around, whatever city you're in, whether it's DC or whatnot, and every now and then you'd run into like so and so the baker or whatever, and then you'd have to, he's an elite, he's named,
Yeah.
then you kill him, but you run into them. I want that moment of fear where someone's like, hey, agent, and they're like, oh crap, now we're in battle. Like,
No, it's kind of
like
like when that Warlords of New York expansion, right? I thought those warlords were going to be a bigger deal, but if they had done like a Nemesis kind of system, you would have really remembered them.
right.
As of right now, I just remember they all gave me a new toy after I killed them.
Right.
Yep.
I remember.
By the way, I heard a rumor that Division 3 is supposed to be set in Chicago.
Yes.
Oh my god, I would lose my mind.
That's gonna be
Which would
funny.
be
Do you imagine
rad.
Chicago like in the winter? They bring that kind
Yeah.
of winter aesthetic from New York. Oh my god, dude, guys, we're playing that game if that's for real.
get like just the L is going to play into it somehow. Like that's going to
Yeah,
be
man.
awesome.
Yeah, the
Mm.
We saw
final
that
final
concert here
raid.
the
It's
other time.
gonna be a raid on the Willis Tower.
Oh, could you imagine?
Yeah, dude. But,
Oh, you-
because your division agents are true Chicagoans, they keep calling it the Sears Tower anyway.
Right. Yeah.
The villains call it the Willis Tower.
You gain extra energy by eating a Chicago style hot dog, and you make sure there's no ketchup on it.
Yeah, dude. Well, yeah. You
Oh
just-
jeez.
that's what the villains are doing. They're trying to secret in ketchup in all the cafeterias that are left. Then you're just gonna stop them.
There's got to be at least one Portillo's, right? Like in this game somewhere. All right, let's go to the next one. Zach, you want to read this one?
Sure. Drew Ross asks, "What movies are you looking forward to this summer?" Scott, you seem prepared.
I am prepared. Let's see. I've got
For this one,
Disclosure
he's
Day.
prepared, but the last one, he's not.
Shut up. I'm not creative, dude. I can
No,
come up
he's-
with a
he's
list of
in-
movies I
okay.
want to see.
He's enjoying other people's work here. He can do
Right.
that just fine.
Disclosure Day. Steven Spielberg doing a movie about aliens. I am sold. And I don't know if you've seen that trailer, but it looks awesome. Looks like a great summer movie. Guilty Pleasure, The Devil Wears Prada 2. I don't care. I love that first Devil Wears Prada movie, and I'm very excited to see what they're going to do with the sequel. I love that
If
movie.
you don't care, then it's not a guilty pleasure, Scott.
Okay.
It's just a pleasure.
The
Just saying.
Odyssey. The Odyssey. I've never read the book. I actually just purchased the audiobook. I plan to listen to the epic poem before I actually watch it. Apparently, the translation I've got is really good, and it's read by Sir Ian McKellen. So
Oh, nice.
I'm going to enjoy that before I go see the movie. I have no idea what the story is about, so I'm looking forward to. I love reading a book and then going and seeing the movie about it. So, and then obviously
Dangerous.
Avengers Doomsday is on my list as well too. I don't even know
Really?
what. Yeah, dude, I like the Avengers. I'm sorry, I like.
No, I don't
Endgame.
mind. I'm happy that you like Avengers, and I can understand what the excitement about Endgame when it came out. You know, I was hyped for Endgame. I thought Infinity War is an awesome movie.
Mhm.
I'm just surprised. I feel like Doomsday there's no build up to it. The casting Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom is bewildering at best. I'm just
They're good.
surprised somebody's
Looking forward to the
excited for it.
explanation. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually just rewatched Endgame yesterday with my wife, and I still don't understand why you hate that movie so much, but I really enjoy it.
I never said I hated it.
Oh, okay.
I said I did not like it.
Okay.
That's different. I thought it was mediocre. I thought it was 2.5 hours of patting themselves on the back, which is not
That
exciting.
But also, isn't that movie coming out like next month? Did I have that date wrong?
I
For
thought it was
Avengers,
June, right?
is it June?
I thought it was June.
I mean, still, that's even if it's June, that's 2 months,
Yeah, you're right.
and we haven't seen. All we've seen are like some teaser. Like, oh,
Yeah.
this character's in the movie. This character's in the movie. We have not seen anything about that movie. I am very curious about that. I mean, you don't
Also,
really
just, like-
need the marketing for it. It's an Avengers movie, right? People are going
Right.
to go.
No, maybe I don't know. What was the last Marvel movie to make huge money? Spider-Man.
No Way Home. Was that the name of
Yeah.
the last one?
Right.
Probably.
And that was a Sony movie, technically.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of the last. You see, you're saying like it's a guaranteed audience, and I'm just wondering, is it?
Because they've aged out. Maybe is what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, there's also just been like, you have all these returning Avengers, right? But it doesn't feel like they've done much for the MCU since Endgame. So for me, I'm not as involved with the MCU, of course. But for
Mhm.
me, like I'm like these characters haven't been gone long enough for anyone to have missed them.
Mm.
But that's just my perspective, of course.
Interesting. What about you guys? Anything else this summer?
Jake
But I just-
doesn't watch movies.
Yeah.
although the Disclosure Day sounds fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
But I'm
top of my list is Disclosure Day. That trailer looks awesome.
the scene where what's her name? Emily Blunt is
Emily
like,
Blunt, it's like
making
speaking in alien tongues,
oh my god, with the clicks and stuff. It's just so creepy.
and this like the one man who's like the truth no matter the cost. That's always a fun angle in any movie. Josh O'Connor really impressed me with the Knives Out movie he was in. Wake Up Dead Man. I thought he was excellent in that. And it looks like classic Spielberg.
Yes. Yeah. Very much.
And I'm also on board for the Odyssey. Who doesn't want to watch? I mean, Christopher Nolan, I guess. When does he miss? Right?
Not very often.
Yeah.
Can't really think of one that was a dud.
Yeah.
Maybe that one with Robin Williams. That wasn't very popular. didn't he do one with
Oh,
1 hour photo.
where he's the serial killer?
1 hour photo.
Photographer? 1 hour photo, yeah.
Photo.
That's a Christopher Nolan movie.
I believe so, isn't it? Christopher
I don't
Nolan.
think so.
There was one where he played with Robin Williams played a serial killer.
Okay, man.
We'll look
Happy
up
to be
later.
wrong. I thought he did. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I feel I'm interested in Supergirl, but I wish I was excited for it. But so this is like almost a straight adaptation of a specific Supergirl arc, Woman of Tomorrow, which I've never seen a comic book movie do before, where like it really is just taking a specific story and adapting it almost straight up.
Mhm.
But what's weird about that comic is that it is almost blatantly a ripoff of True Grit, but in space with Supergirl, and and it's pretty good.
I mean,
this
you like
trailer-
westerns, so
Yeah, but this trailer looks so like Guardians-ified
Mm.
that I'm like, it feels like it's gonna be hard to keep the tone from the comic, and that sucks because that was a great comic that sold well and won awards and is quite beloved. It's just a weird way to take that story specifically.
Hmm.
But anyway, I'll watch it.
People like the trailer quite a bit. It was all the buzz when the first one. I don't know. I haven't heard much about the second one.
It's also a little strange that James Gunn is like, yeah, the DC is going to be so diverse in tone, and so far the tone has just been James Gunn.
Yeah.
Doesn't see that diverse. But I like that actress a lot, and Jason Momoa, quite frankly, was born to play Lobo.
He looks like he's having a lot of fun in that role. Like
It's
the most fun he's had in a while.
It is like Ryan Reynolds being cast as Deadpool to me,
Yeah.
with how spot on it is.
Well, yeah, you would know better than I would, but he looks like he's enjoying himself quite a bit. All right, next question comes from David Newman. What was your favorite game you played in 2025 that wasn't released in 2025? Dude, that was a year ago, man. I guess my low-hanging fruit's going to be Final Fantasy 2. I think I like 2 better than 3. 2, Final Fantasy 2. You guys?
I'm looking for a game.
You're looking for a game that you
I'm-
played last year?
Yeah,
I played a lot of games.
Turok. You played
yeah.
Turok remaster.
Yeah, but I mean the remaster was released in 2025, wasn't it?
No, that was released.
Oh no, it
way
wasn't.
before
Okay,
that.
that was yeah. Never mind. That's just when I got it. Stupid. Okay.
Zach, do you have one that you played last year? That this is why I
yeah.
keep tabs this year. The games I played all year, new or
Yeah, no,
old.
I was looking through my list because I always keep tabs. I think I want to say Evil West probably
Oh, okay.
in terms of a game that was new to me that year. Because otherwise I replay games and I feel like those are automatically gonna win because
Right.
you're replaying them because you
Yeah.
like them. But
Right.
in terms of new games to me, yeah, I think Evil West, that game was cool. I liked it so much I played it twice and got the platinum.
Yeah, if Gears of War were a Western and focused on melee combat.
I was gonna say there's no, yeah, I was gonna say I would not compare it to Gears of War at all. In fact, I would say it's more like God of War, the reboots
Okay,
in
yeah,
terms of
probably.
combat.
Yeah.
In terms of like a linear structure full of tough dudes, tough talking, there's a little bit of Gears of War in that. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, Jake, you're up.
Oh,
We got a
Sean
comment.
Coates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting there. Calm down. You know I have trouble reading. Sean
Yeah, you
Coates.
can't. That's the trouble.
Right. What do you think is the best and most comfortable controller? Best thumbstick placement, button layout, etc. I think it's the Xbox 360 controller, but what do you say?
Man, the Xbox 360 controller feels a lot smaller than I remember it feeling. Maybe it's because I'm so used to the Xbox One and the PS5. I still like that controller a lot, though, but it's really hard to top the Wavebird controller for me. That controller just felt great when I was younger. I still got one sitting up there, too.
My
Jake is
handy dandy PS4.
You still play with the PS4 controller on your PC?
Yes.
Nice. You like the PS4? Man, I like the PS5 controller so much better than the PS4 controller.
I have
The hell's the
needed to
difference?
use
The PS5, the DualSense,
Oh, you just mean because of like the extra features like the haptics and triggers and stuff?
it feels
Oh,
meatier. It feels
yeah.
more solid. The PS4
It
controller
is.
feels like you're going to snap it in half.
Interesting.
you pick
Okay,
it up.
never really felt that way.
I mean, by comparison, if you play with the PS5 for long enough, then you go back to PS4. Do you still have a PS4?
I do, yeah. Yeah.
Go when we're done. Go back and pick up a
Oh,
PS4
I
controller.
did not too long ago, so I was showing off the Spider-Man controller.
Ah,
It-
okay,
it
never
does-
mind then.
but it
Ooh.
was only briefly, I guess.
Yeah. What about you, Jake?
Yeah.
Best controller? Oh, PS4. You just told us.
PS4.
Right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Zach,
Easy peasy, easy choice.
No brainer. It's a 360.
360.
Yeah,
Mm.
I like the as much as I'm a PlayStation guy, I so prefer the offset thumbsticks.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that. I guess maybe the 360 controller feels light and cheap nowadays. I don't know, but like when I set up my Steam Deck on the TV, it's always the Xbox One controller. I just like those controllers more.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, we got a couple more. Zach, you're up.
Jumping over to TikTok, Sir Goatsworth, fancy goat butler, said probably been asked before, but what is East Host's #1 game that's not for them?
I feel like there's a couple ways you could interpret that. Is that like a game that's not for you, but you kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
or is that like your just absolute worst game in your opinion? Like, how do you interpret that?
I can answer it both
Ooh.
ways, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be easy enough.
Yeah, truly awful game that should be for nobody, and yet some people like it. Borderlands 2, of course.
Oh my God! Come on.
No doubt about it. I mean, just a bad game, top to bottom.
That is not.
Uh,
Oh my God.
but in terms of a game that I think probably is great and not for me, I'm going to say Diablo 4, based on my experience with.
That could be mine
What?
too.
Yeah, I could see on paper this game's great. I played a little bit of Diablo 3 and I was like, hey, this seems great, but I'm just not in the place for this. And I played like hundreds of hours of Diablo 2 as a kid. Right. So at some point in my life I was into these games, but I just don't care about loot enough
Yeah.
to keep up with a seasonal model, especially like Diablo 4 has. But it seems like everyone that keeps up with it seems to have a really good time with it, which is,
Alright.
not a guarantee in those kind of games.
I'll answer both ways as well, but I'll defer to you first, Jake.
The first one is the game. Second one is the genre. Fortnite.
Oh.
I did not hate Fortnite for the game that it said that it was going to be. The
Mhm.
base building, zombie shooting, quest doing, whatever, that portion of the game was fun. I hate all battle royales.
Oh, wow,
Cannot
really?
stand them. They irk me on a
Interesting.
level that is just inconceivable. I don't know.
You
Inconceivable.
keep using that word.
That's
I
the
know,
first time I've ever
newspaper.
used that word.
I was quoting a movie.
Oh, well, then I don't know. My bad.
Prepare to die.
For me,
Oh, I know that word. Okay, oh, never mind. I'm so sorry.
what just happened?
He just realized
I had-
that he
I had
had
to
seen the
realize-
Princess Bride.
You just had an epiphany? Okay. So number one game that's not for me, that World of Warcraft.
Mm.
Mostly because I am scared to death of anything MMO related, because I would probably really like World of Warcraft, and I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
You don't want to like it.
because I don't want to like it. I probably would like it. I don't want to like it because I don't have that kind of time. I've heard horror stories of people that very dedicated to playing that game, and I feel like I missed out legitimately. Like I didn't
Kevin-
have a gaming PC.
Kevin's not in the chat.
Yeah,
That was one of
What?
your horror stories.
one of my horror stories.
Yeah, for World of Warcraft. Was from Kevin. Never mind. Shut
Yeah,
up.
we're moving on.
All right. As far as a game that I think is objectively bad, that's more difficult because I don't play a whole lot of them. And if I do, they're just very forgettable. You know what I mean? Like if I didn't like it, I don't remember very much. But I
Right.
mean, Journey is the one that like
That's a good answer, right? I don't know.
I
you
just-
think it's bad, even though it's critically lauded.
seriously, something like 8 years ago, I promised I would play that game again when they ported it to PS5, and I never did. I don't think it was 8 years ago, but it was a long
Did
time
they
ago.
port it to PS5?
They ported it, I believe so. Or no. Was it PS4?
Oh, okay.
They ported it to PS4, and I was like, oh, and they gave it free. If you owned it on PS3, you got to play it for free on PS4. And I was like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to give it another try and see if it's really as bad if I just overhyped
Man.
the game or whatever.
That must have been a long time ago because it seems like pro-consumer move by PlayStation, which doesn't seem likely.
Yeah, right. Yeah, totally.
That's that's the wind blowing game, isn't it?
That's Flower.
Where's-
You're thinking of same developer.
Okay. And then Journey was
Journey was like you were a little
Sand.
dude with a scarf, and like you could skate around
Oh.
on the sand, and you
Yeah,
always had to
no.
play with somebody, but you couldn't talk to them. You had to just like emote to them. It was a
Yeah,
big
no.
deal. Everybody had raved about it, and
Well, because
wanted
there is something special about you create the spawn with this complete stranger. You get through all these hard parts together, and then you get to the credits, and it's like, congratulations, you were playing with MILF Maker 27 the whole time. You're like, what?
MILF Maker
Yeah.
27.
No.
I'm gonna look online and see if that name is.
It's like, man, I didn't know MILF Maker had it in him.
All right, our last comment actually comes from my brother, Marshall Maddox.
He
Commented
timed
on TikTok, and he said, "I know the owner of Valve is loaded and doesn't need the money. What is the downside to making a Portal 3? Generally, one of the best games ever created. I need more cake, no lie."
The downside is they use all their good ideas in Portal 2.
Yeah, that's probably it. It's difficult to come up with more ideas.
Yeah. Well,
Even
and
in co-op.
and the company culture of Valve is like do whatever you want every day. So if no one wants to go through the insane pressure of imagining what Portal 3 mechanics would be, why would you, right?
Yeah, I mean, Portal 2 is damn near a perfect game.
Right.
Like-
People love it. Yeah.
It's just, it could be a if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing, or we end on a high note situation, because
Mhm.
anything less than perfection is going to be just crucified.
Leave them wanting more, right?
Yeah. And-
Hammerhand says Portal 3, Half-Life 3 will never live up to the expectations.
Yeah, pretty much. Remember when
Um,
Last Guardian was like, that's never going to happen, and then it dropped and it was happened, and then some people played it and it was
Eh.
like, whatever.
Eh.
You
It
know
was
what I mean?
great.
Um,
Whatever.
Was it? I didn't play it. I just
Oh, that was
remember
great.
the reaction.
I mean, it's
being
not,
very-
it's not as revelatory as Shadow of the Colossus or Eco was, but it was
Mhm.
great. Really
Um,
beautiful ending. Okay. Just play
But
the game.
Naughty Dog was having a decision whether to make Jack 4 or The Last of Us. And they decided to make The Last of Us because they could not come up with an idea that felt enough like Jack and Daxter to make a Jack 4.
Right.
And so they went the other way. So
Hmm.
I mean, that could be something that, they've been throwing around ideas, but there's not enough ideas there to be a good enough game to be Portal 3.
That is probably a very true point.
And I mean, they made a Jack and Daxter 4 that no one cares to remember on PS2 and PSP that Naughty Dog did not make. So I'm just saying, probably not as
Just the Daxter game?
no, it was like Last Frontier or New Frontier, something like that, where you're like it was Jack and Daxter in planes and like Sky Islands and stuff, but it takes place after Jak 3, and it's the same kind of gameplay. It's a direct continuation. However,
It's like Jak X.
yeah. No, Jak X, I guess, also takes place after Jak 3. Well, you know what I mean. That was a spinoff, but
Oh my goodness.
whatever the Frontier game was, I can't remember the name of it on PSP. That was like a direct continuation, follow up with the same gameplay and everything.
No, I gotta find this. Was it Jak Frontier?
Jak and Daxter.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, we're gonna move on. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody that wrote in with the questions. As always, it is very much appreciated, and I love doing our community questions episodes. But that's going to do it. Actually, next week's topic is going to be anti-heroes in video games. Our producer, Kevin, wanted us to talk about our favorite anti-heroes in video games, and I'm going to struggle with that one because I can't think of any at the top of my head. So I'm going to do some. Aren't
they all anti-heroes, really?
Maybe. We'll see how it goes. But that's
the
going to do it.
character I played in Fable 3.
That's going to do it for this week's episode of The Gaming Outsider. Thank you so much for listening. This episode was produced by Kevin Honingford. All the music you hear is written and performed by Grant Henry of Stemage and Metroid Metal. His website is stemagemusic.com, STEMAGE music.com. Please be sure to email us if you have any questions or concerns. Our address is feedback@thegamingoutsider.com. And join us live every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Central on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. I've got a recommendation I got to give to you guys before we get out of here. I'm not sure if you guys have one or not, but I was recommended a movie on Hulu, and I watched it last night, and I highly recommend this movie. The movie is called Pizza Movie. It's just Pizza Movie. It stars, I don't know how to pronounce his name, the guy that plays Dustin on Stranger Things, and the main character in the show, The Goldbergs. Have you ever seen The Goldbergs?
No.
Anyway, he's a very upstanding kid in that, so hearing him swear is a joke as alone as it is. But this is straight up a stoner movie. I will tell you that it's ridiculous, but it is one of the more clever stoner movies I've seen. I haven't seen one this entertaining and clever since like Harold and Kumar, like the original Harold and Kumar. This goes to some places. It is hilarious. I laughed out loud, and I was watching it by myself. And this is a movie that begs to be watched with a group of people, maybe not sober people, if you catch my drift, because it is a ridiculous concept, but the timing of some of the jokes that they've done are laugh out loud funny to me, and I highly recommend that.
I mean, Harold Kumar is also a stupid concept, and
it totally is. This one actually pushes the envelope even further. Like I'm watching this going, am I watching this? Is this for real? Is this really happening? And it's so funny. It's ridiculous. The premise is that they find an experimental drug that was like hidden in their dorm room, and they take it. They just think they're Altoids or something. They don't realize that they've even taken a drug. And this is a drug that does all sorts of different things. Like it goes through these different. Anyway, all they have to do is get down 2 flights of stairs to get the pizza that they ordered, and that takes the whole movie. Okay, that's the premise, and it is hilarious. So the movie is Pizza Movie. It's exclusively on Hulu. I highly recommend it. So, I guess that's gonna do it. Until next week, I'm Scott Clark with Jacob Gunderson and Zach Parkerson, and we are The Gaming Outsider. And remember, there's no such thing as a bad game, just games that aren't for you.